Thumper. come from the Bible? to stand up strong, think the truth about themselves, to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up, stand up.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. Good morning. Hi, y'all. It's Thursday again. What the? Isn't that amazing? It is Thursday again. Perfect. Thursday again. Isn't that amazing? You can get involved by calling 888-7753-773, 888-77-JESSE. Jesse. Jesse. And my biblical question. It is a doozy. It's like a real doozy. It really, not that the other ones were not real doozies, but it's a doozy. It is amazing. The biblical question, does God allow you to suffer? Does God allow you to suffer? Interesting feedback on this. Interesting feedback on it. We have every way that you can watch and support the show listed on jesseleepeterson.com/show, jesseleepeterson.com/show. And if you're out and about and doing whatever it is that you're doing, running around, standing in front of the illegal aliens that are Trump and trying to catch, hiding them, or you and your child are one of the illegal aliens that's going to be deported, and instead of going back home or going to the president asking for you to stay, you hold a press conference so you can get false sympathy from the people. And your lawyer said, we're going to sue the government to keep the illegal alien here. And then you and your child cry. Not knowing that we know now that when she's crying, she's lying. Or you're a Catholic church preacher and you're hiding the illegal in your basement of your church, or a nonprofit religious church home, and you hide the illegal. Whatever you're doing, you can podcast, but you can be listening to the show on your iPhone or iPad by calling the listen line on TalkStream Live at 605-615-4131. 605-615-4131. And to donate and have your comments read out loud, go to Buy Me a Coffee. buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk or Bond JLP Cash App. Bond JLP Cash App. Amazing. It's Thursday. Though we take all calls on Thursday, we take the Bible Thumpers call first because we love the Bible Thumpers. And so it takes a little bit more time to communicate with them because their heads are running over with scriptures. And so they can ask you a question or make a statement about the Lord. And when you're trying to respond, they already just got another scripture.
Got to be the truth, and the truth got to come from the Bible.
That's right. So Thursday is, and will always, let it be written, let it be said, let it be known, will always be Bible Thumper Thursday. Oh, Lord.
All right, brother.
He's
Are you
drunk
ready?
as a bastard.
He's drunk as a badger. Go ahead.
Let's
Let
see
that
that
Holy Ghost
Holy
language
Ghost
come up out of
spirit.
you. Go ahead.
Oh, shut up. Fire. Anybody ask, what's the matter with me? Tell them I'm saved, sanctified, and ready for my life. He's drunk as a bastard. Amazing. It's Bible Thumper Thursday. I want you to know, want to remind you that it's a spiritual battle. It's a warfare between good and evil, even though evil is not even a battle for good, really. But I say that to communicate with you. It is spiritual, and evil, your battle is with evil and not with good. And it's interesting. What I've noticed about human beings, people of all races, male and female, except for those who are now starting to wake up a little bit, working on themselves. And slowly they're starting to see a little bit. It ain't easy, but they're working on it. There are men and women who are committed, and they're staying with it. But what I noticed, and I mentioned this yesterday, especially to Hake, the Hake report, I'm just, it's interesting to me now that anger, rage is being promoted as good. It's being promoted as good. And what I've noticed is that if you start working on yourself, you'll see it in you first, then you'll see it in others. But you're going to see it in you as you're overcoming it, but you're going to see it. And don't be like, oh, I see it in other people. See it in yourself first. I mentioned that anger yesterday because I noticed this. It's like this rage and anger is like a two-headed sword. A two-headed sword. If you pay attention to yourself, you're going to see that when you have anger and rage, and then you take it out on others in whatever form, you're going to notice that rage you're trying to inflict on others, and with weak people, you do it. It's also, it's affecting you too. As you're trying to burn others with your anger, your rage, you are burning. Have you noticed that? I want you to do what you want, but I encourage you the next time you get angry, let's say you don't even take it out on anyone, you just quietly keep it in you, but you turn it. And for whatever reason, you didn't go off on the person. Maybe they were at the market and they got in their car and left before you can yell at them. But I want you to first notice how much you burn on the inside when you have anger. You ain't got no peace with anger. You're burning. And then I want you to see that. I recommend you see that clearly. And then notice how when you are inflicting your rage on others, that you're still burning on the inside. Pay attention. If you really, really start paying attention to you, seriously working on yourself, you'll be surprised what you're going to find. And you will be surprised to know that you are ruled and controlled and identified with evil, and you call it good. Even if you don't call it good, you call it you. Even if you don't say you still believe it's you. But just notice in that state of anger that you burn. Next time you get mad, look at the emotion that comes, the pain that comes with it, the fear that comes with it, the strife, the jealousy. You burn on the inside. And as you're trying to inflict it on others, notice that you're burning. Anger is a two-headed sword. The Bible talks about that. Isn't that amazing? And one other thing I notice about anger, and for those who are working on themselves, this is for you, it's not for everybody. Most people, 90% of people don't want to overcome their misery. That's why they say they justify anger by saying Jesus was angry. They think Jesus had the same hell in him that they have in themselves. They have identified with anger, so they said Jesus was angry. So they think Jesus feels what they feel, not knowing they have been deceived by evil. Evil tell them, well, Jesus was angry too. The evil tell them that on the inside, and then other people verify that for them. Other angry people. You need a little anger. You need anger to defend yourself. Like you can't defend yourself unless you're mad. Think about that. What's wrong with you? You say the only way that you can defend yourself or protect is you got to be mad. Somehow or another, you're helpless. You're really helpless when you're mad and don't know it. But anger is a two-headed sword. When you try to burn others with anger, you're burning. What you're putting out there on others is coming back on you. And you don't recognize because you're asleep. Wake up. One other thing I notice about anger, I'm learning this because I'm paying attention. And I counsel with a lot of folks around the world. And not only do I counsel with people, I talk to people in the women's forums on the third Thursday night of the month, men's forum on the first Thursday night of the month, and Sunday morning meetings. So I'm always interacting with people about spiritual things. Anger is a two-headed sword. It is, not sword, but sword. You black, all right? And you'll see it if you pay attention to what's happening in you, through you, what's going through you. One other thing I noticed about, so anger is a two-headed sword, not sword. You black. But another thing I noticed about anger, and you're going to see this in yourself. Angry people are afraid with anger, to live with anger, have anger. They're afraid. And they are afraid to let it go. They're afraid with it, and they're afraid to let it go. It is the darndest thing I've ever seen. Have you noticed you are afraid to let your anger go? To let the anger go? And yet you're afraid with it? And you're like, what the? You're afraid to let it go. And you're afraid to give it up. It's like you're between a rock and a hard place. What a sad way to live when you think a sad and unnecessary way to live. A sad and unnecessary way to live. Isn't that amazing? Think about that. What a sad way to live. You're afraid, living with the anger, and you're afraid to let it go. You're afraid to give it up. Have you ever noticed that about yourself? I want to encourage you. Do what you want. Truly, truly work on you. Take your eyes off everybody else. And that's not just a Christian saying. I'm telling you to really pay attention. I'm encouraging you to really pay attention to what's going through you, what's happening in you. And when you're doing that, you're going to naturally take your eyes off others. I don't mean the way the Christians sound like it. It's just, I'm encouraging you to keep your eyes on you. And you're going to see what's going on if you want to see. Nick, you see the note they sending me about the two-headed sword? Anger is a two-headed sword.
Oh, yeah, I see it right here.
What are they saying?
The expression is two-edged or double-edged sword, actually.
Oh.
As opposed to a two-headed sword.
Oh, two-headed sword.
The expression is two-edged.
Two-edged sword.
Or a double-edged sword.
Right, whatever.
The
That's
sword
what
has
it is.
two edges, so it cuts the enemy and you.
Yeah. Isn't that amazing? What do you think about that, Nick?
You know, I've thought about stuff like this, right? That anger destroys your life. You know, I've been hearing you say stuff like that, but when you put it like this, right, that in that very moment, your anger is already, your punishment's right there. You think the punishment's coming later.
Right.
Right, okay, wow, I'm going to pay for that one, God, sorry. But it's interesting, you're saying you pay for it in that very moment.
Right then and there.
Do you think that that burning in that moment changes you in a way?
No. Yeah, it makes you evil.
That's what I mean,
even
right?
Worse. Yeah,
so
it makes you worse.
You could become quite a nasty person.
If you
time.
didn't identify with it, though, it wouldn't make you worse. You'll get better.
Mm-hmm.
You'll start to overcome because you started to see a little bit. Mm. But if you don't see it, or you blame someone else for it, or you get into your head about it and say somebody else makes you feel that way, or blah, 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 then you only get worse. And angry people tend to always blame somebody else for the way they feel. That's why they attack other people, because they said that person made me feel that way. And that person had nothing to do with it. Even if they were trying to make you feel that way, they can't make you feel that way if that hell is not already in you. It's amazing. So anger is a two-edged sword. When you're burning, when you're trying to burn somebody else with anger, you're burning. That's amazing. Are you afraid to overcome your anger, Nicholas?
You know, I don't even know how to answer that sometimes.
Oh, okay. I noticed that I talk to people all the time, and they are afraid. Some people are really seeing it, and they want to overcome, but they're afraid to let it go. I'm like, what now? They're afraid to give it up. They're afraid with it. Because all people who have anger, I don't care who you are, every human being on this side of heaven that has anger has fear. You may say, I don't have no fear. Yes, you do. You have fear. Oh, you have fear. What?
You know, you told us, well, the biblical question last week was about, do you prefer understanding or anger? I think that
yeah.
Did I say this? I forgot if I said this, but that very Sunday, I think it was, I'm like, okay, yeah, I prefer understanding. That very Sunday, it's like I went with Anger, I gotta say, I gotta be honest. But then
You
I mean,
said
I saw
you
that
prefer
very.
anger?
I said I went with anger.
Really?
Yeah, but I saw that and I'm like, wow, I'm wrong for this. I'm like straight up so wrong for this. So I stopped. Is that afraid of
Well, mostly,
facing your anger or what?
By saying that, oh, you said that you prefer anger, then you realize, what am I saying here? And you
Yeah.
said I prefer understanding.
What I'm saying is that even though I was like, okay, I want to understand, I went with anger right away, but I saw that right away and stopped. I was like, no way, this is ridiculous.
No, that's not a prayer. When you have anger, you're literally shaking. You have fear, and that fear just happened inside of you. And but to admit, oh, what am I doing here? I don't want no anger. That's not. You are starting to overcome that because you're having a little insight there. Not a lot, but a little better than nothing. It's the beginning of growing.
But that's why I asked. I didn't know how to answer that question.
Right on. Amazing. Because of time, I want to give you this. I want to give you this. The Bible definition of love. What is love? I want to give you the Bible definition of love from 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 6. Love is always patient and kind. Love is always patient and kind. Love is never jealous. Love is not boastful or conceited. Love is not boastful or conceited. It is never rude and never seeks its own advantages. It is never rude and never seeks its own advantages. It does not take offense or store up grievances. It does not take offense or store up grievances. Love does not rejoice at wrongdoing. Love does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but find its joy in the truth. Find its joy in the truth. Amazing stuff. But what I want you to, if you weren't paying attention, I'm sure most people were not, when I was reading the definition of love according to the Bible, did you pay attention to see how the thoughts were defining everything I said? It was defining what that meant. And then you go out repeating that with the definition of what it meant from the thoughts, and not realizing all thoughts are all lies all the time. And so because you're defining what love means based on what the thoughts are telling you, you will never know what it is. But you'll requote it, and you'll even say you have it, and you'll be lying. You will have no idea what it means, none of that. You have no idea what it means, and you don't have it. But you will, because you quote the Bible, and the devil would interpret for you what it meant, what it means, and you think you got it. All thoughts are all lies all the time about anything. Really. I'll really encourage you to do what you want, to pay attention. When you read the Bible, you hear scriptures such as I just read, the thoughts are defining what? Love is always patient and kind. And it's telling you, and now you're going to run around and say you're patient and kind because you think it's what the mind said that it was. It was said it's never jealous. And so the devil's telling you what that means. And you say, I'm never jealous. I never get jealous. And you go around and quote that scripture. And you think you know what you're talking about. You'll be like convinced that you have an understanding of it, and you don't. I see it all the time, especially with the Bible thumpers. Especially with the Bible thumpers, because They don't know the difference between knowledge and understanding. They hold knowledge up as understanding. And they're stuck in knowledge and they get nowhere but deeper into the darkness of their imagination. Because they don't know, because they're really not paying attention to themselves. They don't know that you're not to hold on to knowledge. Knowledge brings you information, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the problem with the knowledge, you hold on to it and you preach it. You preach it. Oh, you talk about the Bible and you're saying you have it and what others don't have. But you got it. And all you're doing is putting out the knowledge that every human being does when they read the word, whatever the word may be. It could be from a different kind of a book. Maybe not the King John, but some other book you told was good to read about the word. And it's only because you're not paying attention. You don't know you're holding on to knowledge because that's all you know now. You've lived with that. You identified with it. You grew up with that because when you were traumatized, so you just don't know. I want to ask you, what I'm about to show you from Facebook, is any of this the 1 Corinthians 13, 4 to 6? Is this love or is it something else? Watch this. How the mother, what your thoughts on how this mother treated her daughter? Watch this from Facebook.
What is this? Absolutely not right now.
It's right.
What the f is it? It's the girl. This is bracelets. We don't have the time for that. We can do it tonight.
Can you just open it?
No, because you don't have that anywhere.
No, I won't. Open it. Give me it.
I'm not opening
open
it. I'm not opening
Then
it.
I'll open it.
Go ahead, try.
I can.
Okay, period. Get out of my room with it.
Riley, not right now, baby.
Not too excited,
I'm
baby.
opening it.
I done told her no.
Look, we're going to.
Riley, you're making.
Don't start, Riley.
Girl, I will smack this on your
Give
head.
me mine.
We're
I'll take
going
it
to
back.
Monster Jam.
Give me it. Give me it. Give me it.
Get out of my room.
Give me it.
Touch me again.
Mommy, touch me again.
Get out of my room.
Look at that guy.
Yeah. I'm so glad you're so nice and like your mother sister. Okay, I'm done. Piss me off. I'm so excited to see them and I just ruined it.
You're the one who ruined it.
Get the hell out of my room!
You get on the
And you're not going nowhere. Get out. Who said? Who? Because I'll drop your mother off.
I told you what going.
You won't go nowhere. 0 to 100.
But Tina got
She's
me.
bipolar.
But Tina got me.
Amazing. A dominating wife, even a nice, what seemed to be a nice wife, is still a dominated wife. And a passive husband is an abomination against God, and the children suffers. And so does the wife with a passive husband. And I guess that, I don't know who that man is, but look, he won't even protect his own children from the mother. And the worst thing that can happen to a child is to be raised without the father being there to protect them from the mother. A mother cannot, is not, will not ever be able to raise a child without the guidance of the father, or she has truly returned to the father. And that's like finding a knee in a haystack. What a mess, huh? Where's Corinthians 13, 4, 6 in that? 1 Corinthians. When I come back, your phone calls. A spiritual battle. Know thyself. Back in a moment.
I just want to say thank you for everything that you do. You've absolutely changed my life for the positive, and I just want to thank you. I was 29-year-old beta, living at home with my mom, and just was living in fear and in doubt, and I couldn't hold down a job. And then I found you, and I started listening. I started just being more at peace, and I forgave my mom, and I forgave my father. And it's like right after that, everything just changed in my life, and I was able to get a good job, and I moved out, and I live on my own now, and everything has just changed. And I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate you for spreading that message. It really is a positive message.
Amazing. That's good, man. I want people to know God love us in ways that there are no words to express, because you have nothing to compare it to, right? Stay with the silent prayer. You haven't seen anything yet. It gets better. Bible Thumper Thursday, 888-7753, 773-888-77 Jesse. A couple announcements. The Hake. For those who have not seen the shows that come after mine, you're missing it. Really, all of them. The Hake Report from 9 to 11 Pacific Time. The Hake Report. Joy Friday TV, he black. Joy Friday TV at 11 a.m. The American Anchor Baby at 12 noon, right after Joy Friday TV. If you owe it to at least check it out, and then you'll see, what have I been missing here? Ooh. Check it out. And don't forget to support us on social media. We are on peel.net/Jesse Lee Peterson, Jesse Lee Peterson on Instagram, rumble.com/Jesse Lee Peterson, cozy.tv/JLP, and JLP Talk on X. Like, follow, ring the bell. Y'all know what to do, right? Subscribe. Amazing. Did you know that in the good old days when boys were boys and men were men, that if there was a divorce in the family, the children stayed with the father, the courts at that time, and the adults, both men and women, knew that the children should stay with the father because the mother could not raise the children on her own. She was too emotional. And she needed the light, which is of the man, to guide her in dealing with the children. Did y'all know that, hey, that the children would stay with the father and not the mother? That's only came about over the so-called civil rights movement, women movement, that crap. But did you know that the children would stay with the father and not the mother?
You're the only person that I've heard say that.
Really?
Yep.
Amazing. Did you know that, Anchor Baby?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, the children, in the good old days, the children would stay with the father and not the mother. Because everybody knew the mother was crazy.
Did they even divorce back then?
Rarely. That's why I said if there was a divorce.
Yeah.
The children would stay with the father because they knew that it wasn't in the woman's nature to lead like that. She needed the father to guide her into the dealing with the children and everything. Even when it was time to correct the children, let's say the father's off at work and the child acted out. The mother would tell the child, I'm going to tell your daddy. Okay, sit down. If they don't sit down, they're all right. Go ahead. I'll just tell your daddy. And the kid goes sit down.
Nice.
I totally remember that. Isn't that amazing?
That's interesting.
A dominating woman, even though those nice women, they're still dominating.
Yeah.
And a passive man is an abomination of God. It destroys the children, the wife, and the man. The man already destroyed. What a sad way to live. And I noticed that it's interesting. So, hey, did you type to me a two-edged sword?
Two-edged sword.
Right. Did you know that anger is a two-edged sword? Anger and rage and all that is a two-headed sword. Have you noticed that? You don't ever. I never see you mad at anyone. You must keep it all in. Do you know I've never seen you angry a long time annoying you? Do you hold it in or you just don't have it?
Maybe you just didn't realize.
Right. So you don't have it.
No, maybe you didn't realize I was mad.
Did you know that anger and rage is a two-edged sword?
Two-edged sword.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Oh, you knew that?
Yep.
Right on.
I mean,
He ain't got that good half for nothing.
it's so obvious.
Not to most people. The people think that the burden that they feel from the anger, they think that's normal. That's what it's supposed to be doing. That's why they're going off on someone else, because they think that burden is normal.
Yeah.
They don't know that they're bringing upon themselves what they're doing to others.
They blame the other person for the burning.
Yes. You can always tell an angry person, they always blame somebody else for what they think and feel. Always.
Yep.
Always. Anyway.
Nice.
Amazing. Let me go to Super Chat. And then I'll take some call. I'm trying to really catch up on the Super Chats. Super.
Anthony on Cash App. The imaginary man Dems want to create. What a mess.
What a mess. What does that mean?
I don't know.
I don't quite understand what you're saying. Make it a little clearer. You can call if you like or Super Chat. I'm not understanding what you're saying. Thank you.
Thank you, Anthony. He said, GOAT on BitShoot. We were live on BitShoot.
BitShoot.
Good
Nice.
morning, Jesse. Says GOAT.
Hey, GOAT.
Yesterday, WT1 said that shirt is nice.
Yesterday's shirt?
Yeah, you had a red shirt. Red.
Oh, yeah, I remember. It was
polo
orange, but it looked red.
Right. Red-orange.
Right, bright orange.
AKP
you.
says, my mornings are brighter because of you, Jesse. Many thanks to you and your experts. Smiling.
Stay with it, stay with it, stay with it.
Eli P., a lot of globalists with the last names Stein and Berg, says
Steinberg.
Eli P.
Amazing. Thank you.
Adam says, with 3 coffees, I'm confused on the concept of making decisions. How will I know when the decision
How will I know?
is made for me?
What?
How will I know when the decision is made for me? For example, lately, been wanting to start a YouTube channel, learn skills, work for myself. I just want to make sure it's not me making these choices, says Adam.
You will know, Adam, when you stop making them. You will know. When you stop making decisions, you will know when the decision is made for you. Amazing. Thank you.
Nikki from Texas, welcome, JLP show member.
Thank you, Nikki. I appreciate it.
Joined the channel.
Right on.
Elijah, Hamas was started by Israel. This is documented. Israel is a family, not a country. Jews tricked boomers. Who is the Bible referring to as the synagogue of Satan? Says Elijah with some diamonds.
Oh, amazing. So black people believe that white people are superior to them, right?
Right.
And not all, but most. And then, so I'm getting this feeling because I'm paying attention now to all this stuff about the Jews, right?
Right.
So I'm hearing it sound like white people think that the Jews are superior to them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Interested.
That's amazing. The white people think the Jews are superior to them in the same way the blacks think the whites are superior to them. Amazing. Around and around and around we go. Thank you.
Pastor Shadowley gifted the cookie. Bill Lockwood is amazing.
He is. Bill Lockwood is here the last Wednesday, sometime Tuesday of the month. And if you did not hear him yesterday, podcast the show, the first hour and a half, I believe, of yesterday's show, he was like on fire. Really. Just on fire. Like that man that was dancing in that opening Drunken Sebastian. Bill Lockwood was on it. Bill Lockwood, I believe, I don't know, would be an amazing politician. I think he would be like Trump or close to it. Amazing. Thank you.
Aaron G. Biblical question answer. If you do about anger.
Does God allow you to suffer?
No, this is the prior biblical question, I guess.
Oh, what was it?
I'm not sure, actually. Oh, yeah, no, it is the biblical question.
This new one?
Yep.
Does God allow you to suffer?
If you do not overcome anger, it seems like you will remain in a state of disturbance long after you drop your body. God allows this, so it seems he allows suffering.
She said, yes, he allows it.
Aaron says, yes, seems like it.
Thank you. I'll put my 2 cents on Sunday. I appreciate it.
He wrote it in title case, and it's hard to read like that. Every word is capitalized. But thank you. Elijah with another diamond. Jews use blacks and Muslims as weapons against whites.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, Elijah.
So he blamed the Jews for what the blacks and Muslims are doing.
Right. They're using
What a mess.
Chill and Lean bought a coffee. Answer to the BQ.
Does God allow you to suffer?
No, because there is no me to suffer.
Amazing. Thank you. I'll put my 2 cents in on Sunday.
Aries 1 sent 10 Jesse Lee Peterson gift memberships.
Amazing. Thank you.
Very generous.
Nice. Thank you.
Harmony Gratata Grits. Jesse, what year did you start the JLP show?
1990.
Nice.
I started out in radio. They didn't have no podcast then that I was aware of. So I was really in radio. I started with a TV show, and then I started into radio, and now this. But 1990.
Jim in Alaska on Punchy.tv.
You weren't even born in 1990, right?
Are you kidding? I was born in 81.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know you were there.
You're talking about Joel Friday. He
Joel
wasn't born yet.
Joel was not born in 1990?
He was born in, well, I won't dox his year of birth.
But Bond is older than Joel?
Yeah.
What the? Amazing. Thank you.
BQ from Jim in Alaska on Punchy.tv. God does not cause us to suffer, but he will let us suffer in hell until we seek him and only him.
Responding to the biblical?
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll put my 2 cents in on Sunday. Let me stop there.
Okay, we'll read more later, guys.
I'm going to take some calls here. Thank you all. We'll come back. Let me go to, apparently I asked from Oklahoma, TUPAC, I believe. TUPAC. Is that a real name? To call back from Oklahoma. Is it TUPAC or TUPAC?
TUPAC.
Okay, thank you for calling back, buddy. You're on the air.
I'm not your buddy, but it's from Oakland, not Oklahoma.
From where?
Oakland.
Oakland?
Yeah.
Oh, he has Oklahoma here. But you're from Oakland, California.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Have you made your They Not Like Us video yet?
Have you
made yours yet?
Had you called before and I told you to call back?
Yeah.
Then we had started a conversation but didn't finish it?
Yeah.
And what was that conversation?
Well, I just want to ask you because I know you're so hip with everything. Have you made your They Not Like Us video yet?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The Kendrick Lamar song.
I got to run because I don't know what you're talking about. I thought you would call. I thought we had started a conversation or something.
We did. We did. I just wanted to ask you that.
Because I have no idea who Kendrick Lamar is or They Not Like
Us. Oh, okay. Forget. Okay,
I have
all right.
no idea, and I ain't got time to play.
Okay. Okay.
I
So
can't even get
what
through these super chat, and you tried to play.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Well, okay. So, you know how you always, every time you talk to a Muslim, you say, "Are you one of those Allahu Akbar people?"
Yes.
Don't you think that's disrespectful?
What do you mean?
Don't you
I
think
don't,
that's
no, I
disrespectful?
don't. I don't know. I don't think it's disrespectful. Do you think it's disrespectful?
Yeah, I think it's disrespectful because
Why?
you don't even know nothing about their religion and you don't even care about those people, and that the fact that they dying out there for no reason.
And first of all, how is it disrespect? If are they a Muslim? If they're a Muslim, that what that mean, right?
No, that's not what that means.
But don't they call their God Allahu Akbar?
No, they don't.
Well, yes, they do.
No, they don't.
So when
and that's the point, is that you don't even know what it means because you don't care about those people and you don't care what they're going through.
Do they call their God Allah?
Yeah.
And then when they're killing people, do they say Allahu Akbar?
No, because they don't kill people. Killers kill people.
What?
Killers kill people, not Muslims.
But do people of the Muslim so-called religion, do they kill people?
No.
So no Muslim kill people?
This is not what I said.
Do any
Of course,
Muslim kill
people from every religion kill people.
I'm asking you about the Muslim religion.
And I'm telling you that people from all religions, including the Muslim. See, all includes Muslim.
Do Muslim people kill people?
No.
So they don't?
No, they don't.
So no Muslim kill people?
No, killers kill people.
How about people of the Muslim religion? Do they kill people?
No.
I got to run, Tupac, because you're lying.
Yeah, I know you do.
All right, buddy. Amazing. 888-773-773. And they do say, Allahu Akbar when they're about to kill somebody. We see it all the time when it happens. Allahu Akbar. So you're wrong. Ramon, a first-time caller out of New York. Ramon, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Good morning, Mr. Peterson. First-time caller.
Thank you. Speak up a little bit, Ramon.
Yes, sir. First-time caller. Just started watching your show last night. It was an episode on MGTOW. And you mentioned that MGTOWs were losers. And I was
Stay close to your phone.
I was really reflecting on that.
Okay.
And I started, thinking why it bothered me so much.
Okay.
And I figured out that I have a lot of anger, rage, and hate. And I've been living in this perpetual victimhood for the last 15 years. And my question is, how do I let go of this hate and forgive those who have hurt me and live in peace? Because I know about God, but I don't know God because I have hate. Yeah. And you say that if you have hate, you're a murderer.
Yeah.
So I can't be aligned with God if I'm a murderer in my heart and in my mind.
Yeah.
So what is the process? What process do you take in to release yourself of that hate and anger and bitterness and rage?
How old are you?
And I'm 46.
Nice. You have already, the process has already started. I want you to know that when you got angry about whatever you got angry and you question, why am I getting angry about this? Why am I feeling this way? And you saw this rage inside of you, the process started right then and there. So it's already began. And now, you have admitted that you're angry. Anger is evil. You have admitted that. You're so far ahead that you don't even realize, and you will if you stay with it. You know how you now see that you're full of rage, and this rage has been controlling you? It makes you think and do things that you wouldn't do. It makes you ordinarily do yourself. It makes you feel certain ways, good or bad, because both feeling are wrong. It's like something else is controlling you, right?
Correct.
The way the way you think and the way you feel. Well, the way you forgive is that seeing that you can't help yourself, that these spirits have made a home in you, and they have been making you do the things that you do and feel the way that you feel. Seeing that, knowing that you can't help yourself, will cause you to forgive others, because you're going to see that they have this. Every human being has the same problem. It's no different. And they're possessed too. They just don't know it. They cannot help themselves. And when you see that, it will cause you to forgive as God is forgiving you, because you're admitting that you're wrong. You feel with anger. It's not good. God is forgiving you, and that's going to cause you to forgive others, because you're going to realize they cannot help themselves. So you're on your way.
Understand. Because it's like I realize like I've been a perpetual victim in my own head.
Every human being, absolutely.
And if it wasn't for hell or prison, I feel like I would have literally murdered somebody.
Yes.
Already. And I walk around with this scowl and this warm blanket of anger that, has been poisoning me.
Right on, man. You're on your way. It's not you. You're now seeing that, and speak up a little bit closer to your phone, but you're now seeing that it has never been you. You have always been possessed, and these spirits have been controlling you, but you identify with them, and you didn't even know you had identified with them by calling them you, believing them and calling them you. You became one with evil, but it's not you. So you're on your way. What you got to do now, what I suggest you do if you want to continue this, and I recommend you do, you got to go and forgive your mother, because you were recreated in her image when she imposed a will on you, when she was like too mothery, nice mothery, or mean mothery. She turned you away from your father. You became angry. And the moment you became angry, you turned away from the light of God toward the spirit of evil. And so you got to forgive your mother. You got to go to her. She could not help herself. She has recreated you in her image, and she may or may not have known what she was doing.
You're absolutely right, because...
Can you hold for me?
Sure.
Let me take a break. I got 2 more hours to go. I got to take a break. Hold on. 888-7753-773. I got to take a break. Hate news, not the fake news, but the hate news. And I'll be back in a moment. Check out Punchy's Coffee. I have my own coffee now. Punchy Coffee is good. Every bag is roasted to order. Freshest flavor. Top quality. Specialty grade beans. Good. Every dime goes back to Bar, my nonprofit. And we are rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. So when you're drinking coffee and enjoying it, just know you're helping somebody. Amazing coffee. Punchy has his own coffee now. What the? And it's so good. All the way from the plantation to my own coffee. Who would have thought? Did that coffee come from the plantation? Did I pick my own coffee? Check it out. Go to rebuildingtheman.com, rebuildingtheman.com/stores, and get Punchy's Coffee.
some serious mess going on in the world. It's terrible. They're trying to stop Trump from doing his tariffs, his rightful tariffs. Some judges. It's ridiculous. This is the end of hour 1 of the Jesse Lee Peterson Show. It is Bible Thumper Thursday, May 29th, AD 2025. The lines are full. You can call in every so often, just in case a line opens up, okay? But the lines are full. You'll get a busy signal if the lines are full, okay? But it is hate news, not fake news, and JLP will be right back to your calls, more great stories, and your super chats. Appreciate them. Commie Nonsense Network, CNN, reports and asks, want to immigrate to America, but don't want to wait years going through the legal process? Soon you'll be able to register for a gold card visa. You heard about that before, right? Under our greatest president, Trump, the new card will replace the government's EB-5 Immigrant Investor Program, which grants green cards to immigrants, legal ones, who make a $1.8 million investment in the United States or put $900,000 into economically distressed zones. I shake my head about that. Basically, everyone I meet who is not an American is going to want to buy this card if they have the fiscal capacity, said Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, Lutnick. And the new price tag is $5 million. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Our greatest president, though, his economic agenda was thrown into chaos, according to Commie Nonsense Network, on yesterday, after a federal court ruled that he did not have the authority to impose sweeping tariffs. What? This 3-judge panel at the U.S. Court of International Trade, they ruled in favor of a permanent injunction, meaning stop it permanently, one that would block the global tariffs our greatest president announced on Liberation Day, citing emergency economic powers. It is an emergency. The ruling from this 3-judge panel, U.S. Court of International Trade, will also prevent Trump from enforcing the tariffs that he placed on imports from Canada, China, and Mexico earlier this year. Or will it stop him? Will it stop him? Can they stop him? It does not affect the 25% tariffs on auto parts, steel, or aluminum, which were subject to a different law from the one, they say than the one, but there is no different than. It's different from or different to if you're English. The one Trump cited his broader actions, trade actions. Okay? The administration has, of course, rightly appealed that decision. And bird flu, the Department of Health and Human Services has terminated a $590 million contract with Moderna to develop a vaccine that would protect, supposedly, against bird flu. Since 2024, there have been 70 cases cases of avian influenza in humans, 1 death. The contract canceled because the drug maker was studying the effectiveness of an mRNA-based vax, which the Trump administration does not trust. The mRNA technology currently used for Moderna's and Pfizer BioNTech's China virus vaccines, they call it COVID-19. And here's some quote from some foreigner, Dr. Ashish Jha. The attack on mRNA vaccines is beyond absurd. It was President Trump's Operation Warp Speed that gave us the mRNA vaccines. Messenger RNA, okay? Messenger ribonucleic acid. These vaccines have been administered nearly 2 billion times, says this guy, to hundreds of millions of people around the world, making it one of the most widely used and widely studied vaccines in human history. These are safe and work well. That's what Dr. Ashish Jha, J-H-A, last name, the White House China virus response coordinator during evil Joe Biden's administration. You trust him? If bird flu starts spreading from people to people, we will come to regret this day as the day we decided to put the lives of the American people at grave risk. She's talking all tough. I'm James Hake. Now back to JLP.
stand up strong, face the truth about themselves, to understand what's been wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up, stand up.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I'm Jesse Lee Peterson. Welcome to the second hour of the show today. You can get involved by calling 888-77-53773, 888-77-JESSE. And my biblical question, does God allow you to suffer? Does God allow you to suffer? Amazing question. Know thyself. Does God allow you to suffer? Poor man. Poor lady. I'm looking at the video up there. If you're running around and can't sit and watch the show, you can podcast. But you could be listening on your iPhone, iPad, moving around anywhere. On your iPhone, iPad, you can still listen as it is happening by calling the listen line at 605-615-4131, 605-615-4131. And to donate and have your comments read out loud, go to Buy Me a Coffee. BuyMeACoffee.com/JLP Talk or Bond JLP Cash App. Bond JLP Cash App. It's Thursday, and every Thursday is, oh Lord, not George, Lord. Why, George? Bible Thumper Thursday.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Are you ready? I don't feel your face. Are you ready?
Hallelujah. Yeah. Nah, that's what I'm talking about. What a mess. Anyway, 888-77-JESSE. I want to go back to Ramon, a first-time call out of New York. And Ramon is dealing with all this rage. He's finally seeing or realizing he has this rage. And Ramon, you still there?
I'm still here, Jesse. Thank you for
Okay.
taking my call.
I was encouraging you to go and forgive your mother, and you were about to say what about that?
A few things. Both of my parents are dead.
Okay.
And so I don't know how to forgive my mom because she's dead. And I don't know how to ask for forgiveness from my dad for hating him, for not protecting me from my mother.
Yeah.
And so I've had this little black book of hate, a little black hate book in my mind, and these people on this list that just run through my head every day for the last 20 years, and I want to release myself of this bondage, but I don't know how to go and ask my mom for forgiveness or my dad because they're dead now.
Okay. Well,
And
number
so
one, never, ever, 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 but never ask any human being to forgive you. Human beings cannot and do not forgive anyone. What you do is admit you were wrong for being angry. And when you can admit you're wrong for being angry, God will forgive you. So if your mother were alive and though she's dead, you need to realize, not that she's dead, you can't go to her. Just realize she could not help herself. That spirit is you, was passed on to you from your mother. So she feel and think exactly how you feel. She had the same rage and And if she died that way, she still has it. The same rage and the same everything that you have. So if she was alive, you would just go and apologize for resenting her. Same thing with your father. He couldn't help himself. His mother did it to him. And when he got with your mother, he could not handle your mother. And he could not, because he never overcame his mother. You end up marrying or getting with the woman that you hate. And every man and every woman on this side of heaven hate their mothers. They resent their mothers, whether they admit it or not. And most are afraid to admit it, but whether they admit it or not, they all have it. So you end up marrying a woman that you hate. Your father loved you. He just didn't know how to deal with your mother. And so forgive him. He can help him. So just understand they all had the same rage, the same anger that you have. And it's not them, but it's the spirit that made a home in them, just as it made a home in you. And God will forgive you when you admit you're wrong. So you'll be fine. Just realize they could not help themselves.
My God, you're right, because, the cycle continues with my kids, because now, because of the lies my ex-wife has been telling them, they hate me like I hated my dad from the lies that my mom told me.
Absolutely.
And just watching that Facebook video of that mom triggered me because it reminds me of my mom and my ex-wife. They had the same type of personality and attitudes. And, I want to forgive them and I want to move on with my life and get past it.
And you will now. So now that you see it, you're on your way. So just realize your parents have expired, so you can't go to them. Just realize they can help it, and you'll be done with that. And whomever else that has hurt you along the way, they could not help themselves. So don't hold anything against them at all. They could not help themselves. You can speak up, but don't be angry, and you'll be fine. You don't have to go around to everybody and say, oh, I was angry at you, and I'm sorry. And all. You're on your way now. Just stop. Just realize the people that have done you wrong, they could not help it, just as you could not help it when you did others wrong. And I want you to know, every man on this side of heaven, no matter his color, the money, where he live, or the type of job he has or don't have, homelessness, or what, every man and every woman hate their mothers. And that spirit is passed on from generation to generation, because most people are not going to do what you're doing. They're not going to pause and say, what's wrong with me? Why am I angry? Why am I this? I'm filled with rage. Most people are not going to do that. They have accepted anger as good. But you're on your way now. You'll be fine.
So what is the next step, Jesse, after acknowledgement?
You do the silent prayer. Do my silent prayer, rebuildingtheman.com/silent prayer. That's rebuildingtheman.com/silent prayer. rebuildingtheman.com/silent prayer. You start doing that, because now what's going to happen if you stay with it, and I promise you, it will happen, because the truth is with you now. You have opened it up by admitting you're angry to the truth, and the truth is allowing you to see that you're angry. The truth is the nature of God. And now the truth is working for you. All you got to do now is see those thoughts, the thought of anger, the thought of depression, the thought of anxiety, the thought of worry, the thought of jealousy and strife and fear. And see those things when they pop up, but do not call them you. All thoughts are all lies all the time. Don't try to get rid of them. Don't run away from them. Don't try to deny them. Don't argue with them. Do not call them you, because they are spirits, evil spirits, that the world has given a fancy name, like depression or suicide and all that. They have covered up evil, but they are evil spirit. Those thoughts and emotions, the so-called good ones and the bad ones, are both evil. Do not call them you anymore, and the Spirit of the Father will give you a clear mind. But you got to do the silent prayer and practice staying present rather than being lost in your head thinking about the past or the future, because that's where evil dwells. Evil lives in people's mind, and it lives in the past and the future. God is with you always, right now and forever, always. So practice staying present rather than living in your imagination.
Amen. I understand. Thank you for your insight. Thank you for your advice.
You're on your way now. But these thoughts, I want you to know, they're going to have a fit now. They're going to yell at you. They're going to scream at you. They're going to tell you it's not working. They're going to tell you that's not true. They're going to be all giving you all kind of emotions if you don't catch them. But just know they are doing that because the light is shining on the darkness, and the darkness cannot handle the light. So when they scream at you, just know that's not you. Those are spirits of the imagination. Those are thoughts. They're not yours. All right? And you stay with it, man. I'm telling you, you're on your way.
Thank you, JC. Appreciate it.
All right. Any other question about that?
No, you've touched on all the bases there.
Right on. So don't hold anything against the woman that's turning you. Are you married now?
No, I'm not married. My last girlfriend, which is another person I was angry at, made me think the child we had was mine, and it wasn't. So that was an additional hurt to, not having my children in my life. But
well, drop out those women. They cannot help it. They're evil, and they can't help it. And so don't judge them. It doesn't mean you can't speak up about it if you try to, be with your kid, but don't hold it against them. It's not their fault that you allowed them to draw you into their evil world. It's your fault, and you did it because you could not see. They did it to themselves because they could not see. So don't judge them. Don't be angry at them. It doesn't mean you agree with what happened. Just don't be angry with what happened, all right? They can't help themselves.
So basically, the same way I've hated others, others have hated me in the same fashion, but just unknowingly.
100%. Yes.
Okay.
Amazing.
Now.
All right.
Well, it's going to be much easier to forgive knowing that.
Yes. They can do that. They didn't know it. They couldn't see. Forgive them. Christ said on the cross, forgive them. They know not what they do, meaning forgive them, they cannot see. Because if they could see, they would not have anger. They would not be one with the spirit of evil. They would never judge. They would not be emotional. Even when they are crying, they're lying. So they would not be that way. They cannot see.
So we're just blind, pretty much. Without Christ, we're just blind and running around with fury.
Without the truth, you're blind.
Understand.
I wish you well, man. All right? Let me know how it goes.
Thank you, Jesse. God bless.
You too, buddy.
God bless. You're missionary.
Right on. Thank you. Amazing. 888-775-3773. Let me go to Hayden out of Texas. Hayden, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, how are you, Jesse?
All is well.
Good. I saw a little bit of your interview with Mike Lindell on the Fallen State.
Mike Lindell, the My Pillow guy on the FallenState.tv last week.
Yeah, I saw bits and pieces of it. That was a pretty big interview, wouldn't you say?
Meaning what?
Meaning, he's an important figure in American politics.
In what way?
He helped Trump with the election stuff.
Oh yeah, he definitely liked Trump. That's for sure.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you. Did y'all have a Yeah. I wanted to ask you before, during, or after. I didn't catch the whole interview. Did you ask him at all if Trump is considering ignoring the judges regarding the birthright citizenship thing?
Did I ask him about the birth? If Trump is doing what with that?
If he's going to ignore the judges when it comes to this whole birthright citizenship thing.
I don't know. I don't remember. I may have, man, but I don't remember at this time, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, that's all. I wanted to ask you about that because that was a pretty big ruling about a week or two ago. So,
what did the court decide about that?
They paused it on against Trump. Trump wanted to end birthright citizenship, and they paused it. That's the word they used for it. So
this is the Supreme Court.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I knew it was supposed to be coming up at some point in this Supreme Court, but I didn't know where it was at this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember if I had that conversation with him, and I may have, but I clearly don't remember.
Oh, okay.
All right, man.
That's cool. All right. Well, I appreciate you taking my call, Jesse.
Right on, Hayden. Take care.
All right. See you. Bye.
888-775-3773. 888-77-Jesse. Let me go to Phil, our first-time caller out of Georgia. Georgia on my mind. Phil, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Thanks for having me, Jesse. How are you?
All is well.
All is well, Jesse. So, I just want to, give you a little preface of who I am. I'm a beta male. I'm 27. I'm married. I have a daughter, and that's why I say I'm beta, because I had a girl first. Because you say,
real man made boys first. What's up?
So I had to throw that in there, man. And guess what, Jesse? I live 2 miles away from my mom.
What? Wow, you are beta.
So I'm beta, man, all the way, man.
Why you stay so close to her?
My dad is, because my dad is beta, and I had to forgive him. I had to.
Yeah.
So I could become alpha, you know? So, yeah, man. I'm going to tell you why, too, Jesse, because I ain't going to lie. Like, I needed, I didn't need it. I felt like I wanted a babysitter, because I got all girls. I got a girl, I have a daughter, I have a wife, and I have a mom. Come on, Jesse, you got to pray for me. You got to pray for me.
What a mess.
It's a mess. So, anyway, Jesse, I was telling the person I called, what you really just touched on it, actually. I was about to ask you what's your views on depression, because I was at this Bible study, and I'm all on social media as well, and I was telling people that depression is not real. It's all an illusion. And people have just been yelling and cussing me out left and forth. I'm like, it's not real, you guys. Oh, you're not a woman. You don't know what PPD is. You don't know anything. You're not going through what we go through. And I'm just like, oh, my goodness. So I just wanted to know your view on it, though. But you just touched on it with I think 2 callers back, I believe, and Ramon out of New York, and you were telling him that it's just,
Depression is clearly anger. Anyone that get depressed or has depression is evil. They're angry, and that's why they have that. And the world call evil depression, when it's really just evil spirits that made a home in you. So depression is a child of evil. Let go of the anger, you can let go of all those spirits, whatever name they may have.
Correct. I agree 100%. Like words like misogyny, feminism, all these made up words are just used to control us.
Absolutely. So when a woman or a man say, "Oh, I'm depressed," what they're telling you is that they're evil, that they're angry. That's all. They're confessing that without even realizing that's what they're saying. And I have talked to people. I counsel with people all the time, by phone or Skype or walk-in. You can go to rebuildingtheman.com, folks, rebuildingtheman.com, or call 800-411 for a counseling session. And every one of them are depressed or anxiety or worried, and it's only because they are one with anger, and they call it themselves, and they live with it, and then they go to an expert doctor or psychiatrist or dummy.
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect, because the lady who I was in Bible study with, she's like, "Oh, I'm a clinical psychiatrist or something," and I'm like, that doesn't mean anything to me. Like that doesn't prove to me that depression is real just because you went to school and some man told you that.
Yeah.
It's the same thing from the very beginning with Adam and Eve. God asked Adam, he said, who told you that you were naked?
That's
like, who's
right.
telling you these things? Like, this is not real.
That's
but
deep,
go ahead.
man.
I'm sorry, Jesse. I didn't mean to cut you. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, but that's a very deep point. Who told
Everything
you?
connects back to the beginning. Who's telling you these things? So
Yeah.
when somebody comes to Phil and say, "Hey, Phil, you know you should go do X, Y, and Z," who told you that? Some
That's
voice
right.
in your head. These thoughts, and I tell
100%.
people this all the time. I say, where are thoughts coming from? And who? And if you could have a thought, how do you create it? And nobody can tell me that. Oh, it's the estrogen, it's this, it's that. And you just come up with these made up words that some man created. And like I was telling him, I said, if you trace back what PPD, postpartum depression, Hippocrates, a Greek philosopher, created it. So you're telling me that he's greater than Jesus, someone who came to defeat all this stuff to give you perfect peace? Come on, you guys. Like,
The
and
same
then everybody just
spirit
calls me
that
the crazy one.
The same spirit that told Adam that he was naked. It's the same spirit that talked to every angry man and woman today. And everyone has it. It doesn't matter what my money, where you live, what degrees you have, or whatever.
And
They're
I'm
still
going to
angry.
touch on that because I know I don't have much time, Jesse. But for my own like personal testimony, because I could agree with you wholeheartedly, 100%. I just, as a kid, I never knew that it started with forgiving your actual parent. Like, as a kid, I was big on forgiveness. Like, I was raised in like the mega church and all that and everything, so I was like deep off into the Bible. So I had my own personal relationship with God, and I knew of Him, but I wasn't cultivating that relationship. So I would go through like knowing of the Bible and stuff like that, and I was so big on forgiveness. Like, nobody could do anything to me, and I was like the happiest person. And everybody like, "Oh, why are you so happy?" Such and such, such and such. I'm like, man, I don't hold on to anything. But what turned me away from God was that resentment towards my father, and that's what like really like opened the floodgates of hell. I'm telling you, it was that resentment towards my father that took me to being a slut maker, having an ego, wanted to go to college and get degrees and have logical, theological debates and all that nonsense. And it doesn't even matter, Jesse. It never mattered.
Absolutely.
It was all because of that spirit of anger.
Absolutely. Let me tell you this, and I got to run.
Yeah, go ahead.
Not one human being, male or female, whatever color, as long as they resent their earthly father, as long as they have anger toward their earthly father, they would never know God. They'll know about Him. They'll quote the Bible. They'll read about Him. They'll say, "Oh, I'm a child of God," but they would never be one with God, because even a beta father is still a son of God. He just left home and he's weak. He's in his imagination, but he's still a son of God. And when you hate the son, you cannot love the father. It just ain't going to happen. And then
Thank you, Jesse.
you're never going to overcome the spirit of evil until you forgive your mother. Because it's not her, but it's the spirit of evil that's made a home in her. Evil comes through the woman. All women. Evil comes through the woman. And so every child, boy or girl, become evil because they take on the spirit of their mothers, grandmothers and mothers, by resenting them. The moment they become angry, they fall away from truth and wake up to the darkness, and the rest of their life, they call the truth. They call the darkness the light. Have you gone and forgiven your mother?
I was just about to tell you, yes, Jesse. So my experience, because like what you said, I was recreated in the image of my mom. Like, I was sassy, arguing with people, so egotistical, because my mom is. But okay, we had like this when my wife, she was having our child. Her and my mom was getting into it, because evil is what evil does. So they was getting into it, whatever the case was, and it was kind of like, to me, like they was just constantly fighting over and being possessive over me as the father of the child. Your
mother was fighting over you like you were her husband.
Yeah, because the relationship she had with my dad, and they was married and they got a divorce and all that stuff. So she resented him. So. And like you said, she was fighting over me like I was her husband, whatever case. And my wife like, she want to be possessive over me because she's all hormonal with the baby and everything. And then I've seen this one act that my mom did. I'm not gonna say it on the air. That really, really just told me like, oh yeah, this is spiritual right here, because I've never seen my mom do it. But it had to lead up to that point to actually for me to see it in the physical flesh or understand that it was a spiritual thing. So when me and her had the conversation, I told her, I was like, you genuinely do not know. You are being deceived right now. And I was like, I forgive you because you really don't know, Mom. And she was like, I ain't gonna tell you what she said exactly because we can talk that later on. She was like, but she received it. She received it, and I love that about my mom because she's one of those women that is truly working on herself. Because I could be in a worse off situation. My mom just be out here deceived all willy nilly, but she tries to work on herself, but we can't give in. And I had the same conversation with my dad. He resented his mother because of the same thing that you went through, Jesse. You said you didn't know your father. You resented your mother for that. And not having that relationship because she turned your mother turned you away from your father, and my grandmother did it to my dad, and I spoke to him about it.
I'm telling you, man, it happens.
He was like,
every
"Yeah,
human
man,
being.
I resented her. I wanted to go join Nation of Islam. I did the same thing. You go start joining religions. You go start going out here and just lose yourself in the world because you resent your parents."
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah,
amazing,
man,
Phil.
I forgave him.
Amazing
We
call.
got a better relationship. I'm going to let you run, Jesse. I love you, man. Thank you.
Thank you. You stay with us. Stay with us. Stay with it.
All right, brother.
Also, I recommend, do what you want, but I recommend you do the silent prayer so that...
I do the silent prayer, Jesse. I do. And it's so, I'm going to tell you this, too, Jesse. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off again. What you're saying about the silent prayer, Jesse, is so deep that nobody... What do you say? It surpasses understanding. It's so deep. You can't break it down to nobody. You only could advise people to do it.
Right.
So I see why you do it because it's so deep. I can't even explain it to you, Jesse. You can't explain it to me. You just have to do it.
Right. Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Amazing.
Absolutely, brother.
Thank you, Phil.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Oh, one other quick question.
Yeah.
How long you been married?
Just about 2 years now.
Does your wife obey you?
Oh yes, definitely obeys me.
Your wife obey you?
Yeah, she obeys me.
So if she obeys you, how is she able to turn your children away from you?
She didn't turn my children away from me.
Oh, that was no. I'm sorry. That was the other caller.
Yeah. That was the other caller. Yeah. Now my daughter, she's only 2 years old, and me and her we have the best relationship. And
right
I save my daughter. I save my daughter for my wife sometimes.
Right on.
You got to step up and say something as a man.
That's right. Okay, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, appreciate you, Jesse.
All right, buddy. Stay with it.
All right.
Amazing. And let me go to Timothy out of Washington State. Timothy, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hello. I was calling to answer the biblical question.
Does God allow you to suffer?
No, he does not, because there's no body for me to suffer in.
There's no what?
No body. I'm not my body.
Oh, no body for you to suffer in, you say?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you say, no, God does not allow you to suffer. Okay. I appreciate that, Timothy. And I'll put my 2 cents in on Sunday.
Sounds great.
Thank you, buddy. Amazing. 888-7753-773. Let me go to Canada, the 51st state of America, and talk to Jermaine. Jermaine, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, Jesse, how are you?
All is well, Jermaine.
Amazing. Yeah, I'm giving you a call regarding, you guys were saying, like, if we have any idea how international callers can give you a call.
Yes.
Yeah, you can call from WhatsApp. All you need to do is, like, make sure you guys have a number that is connected to the WhatsApp number that people will be calling.
No, we're not on WhatsApp. Are we, Jay? No, we're not hooked to WhatsApp.
Oh, you're not on WhatsApp. Yeah, but
no.
If you want people to call, you can do it that way. All you need to do is connect your number to WhatsApp, and people will be able to call in from all over.
Oh, okay.
Except for China. It's banned in China.
Oh, man, I want the Chinese to call me.
Okay. I have a question for you.
You can't, I'm being told that we can't connect our 888 number to WhatsApp. And so if we can't do that, we're not able to connect to WhatsApp.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you'd have to get like a regular number then.
Yeah, but we'll figure something come up at some point.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a question for you. When it comes to...
Hold on, buddy. Hold on. Let me take a quick break. So, here's what I recommend. I invite you to download my silent prayer, and I want you to start doing it. You just download it, get the points of how to do it, and then after a while, you just do it on your own. It's going to point you in the right direction that your life will be returned to you from God. He will give you your life back, because anyone and all people who has anger, they're not themselves. You are the person that you are angry at. That's why it's so important to get to know yourself so that you can see who you're angry at. And if you're doing the hooping and hollering prayers and things like that, some people get up, oh, praise the Lord, hoop and holler, bless my mama, bless my daddy. Continue to do it. Do both. You will see if you want to stay with the hooping and hollering, or do you want to be still and know God. So my gift to you, no charge, at rebuildingtheman.com/church. Okay, folks. Excuse me. Be sure to support us. I know I have to remind you. I've been told by my staff, you got to remind the people. It's not that they just don't realize or they forget sometimes. So we need your support. Go to rebuildingtheman.com, rebuildingtheman.com/donate, or call 800-411-BOND. 800-411-2663 and make a donation. Everybody around the world, all right? Make a donation. Help us to help others as we are helping you. A lot of people. You have no idea. A number of people that we're working with. Really. I'm so busy, it's crazy. But it's fine. Really. The people want help. People are tired of living in their hell. Some people, not all, believe me. Most people love their misery. Really. And they love inflicting it on you. But for those who want to overcome, we're busy. So go to rebuildingtheman.com/donate, rebuildingtheman.com, or call 800-411-BOND, 800-411-2663, or rebuildingtheman.com/donate, rebuildingtheman.com/donate. All right, I definitely don't have a sign for that. Okay. Thank you, Nick. And check out our merch. Every dime of the merch that you purchase goes back to the nonprofit. And it's tax deductible. It goes back to us helping others. So when you donate, buy merch, you're helping us to help others. Shirts, an angry man is a murderer. An angry person is a murderer. When she's crying, she's lying. She's lying. Mugs and T-shirt. Your daddy didn't leave you. He left your mama. All kind of good stuff. Punchy's Coffee. Good. Punchy's Coffee is amazing. And every time that you purchase a Punchy's Coffee, all go back to our work here, all right? Go to JesseLeePeterson.shop, JesseLeePeterson.shop, or rebuildingtheman.com/stores. rebuildingtheman.com/stores. All right? I do appreciate it. And I want to go back to the busy folks. Let me go back to Jermaine. I believe he had a question out of Canada. Jermaine, go ahead.
Hey, Jesse. Oh, yeah. You know, Canada should be the 51 state, by the way. It's crazy over here.
I know.
My question for you is, people, the Christian, they will say, the Word was God, and the Word became God, and the Word dwelt with us, da-da-da. From your years of talking with Christians and with people, what do you gather from that when they come to that understanding?
Repeat that. When they come to the understanding, what do you mean?
So when the Christian read the Bible, they will say, the Word was with God in the beginning, and the Word became God and dwell on earth. But that's how they say Jesus is God.
Right.
With your understanding from talking with so many Christians over the years and people in general, how do you think they come to that conclusion, or what's your thought on that?
Well, their knowledge of how they see it is just knowledge, but they get that from their preachers and from their parents and from their teachers, and they're just repeating what they have been told. They have it's just knowledge. That's all it is. And they don't realize it. They can't see.
Yeah. Because from what I understand, because they will say in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word became flesh. They're not understanding that, yes, the Word was in the beginning, but also through the entire Bible, it was prophesied that Jesus would come and die for our sins. And that's how the Word actually became flesh and dwelt with us. And that's what they're not realizing.
Well,
so
the Word did come, but it came through the Son. The Father created His Son, Christ, and He put the Word, He lived in the Son. The truth lived with the Son. And so the Word did come, but it came through the Son.
Yes, exactly.
Amazing.
Yeah. That was my question, though.
Thank you, Jermaine. I appreciate it.
Amazing. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye now. Amazing. Let me go to Abigail, first-time caller out of New York. Abigail, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Good morning, Jesse. How are you?
All is well, Abigail.
I just wanted to tell you, so I'm, first-time caller. I've been listening to your show since January of this year. And it was interesting, actually. It was like the first time in a long time I turned off the Alex Jones show. And I was like, let's watch something else.
Oh, amazing.
So I was scrolling around on Rumble and saw your face and clicked on it, and my life's never been the same.
Nice. Absolutely.
But I wanted to tell you, the reason that your message resonated so strongly with me is because about 20 years ago, I had an eating disorder. It was while I was in college, and I had to leave school for a while and go into treatment. And the thing that got me through it was that the counselors were all saying our eating disorder was not us. It was like a voice in our head. So they trained us to see it as something separate from ourselves. And that was what allowed me to get through it. So your show is just amazing. You were spot on. And I don't know. I hope that your message spreads far and wide, because it really is true.
That's right. You stay with it. Stay with it. I'm telling you, Abigail, you have not seen anything yet. It gets clearer. You will. Just imagine living a life with a clear mind. Everything you do would be with a clear mind. That's mind-blowing, huh?
It is mind-blowing, especially when you realize, days when you do have clarity are some of the best days of your life.
Absolutely. When you're on your way, you stay with it. Just stay with it. It gets better.
Can I ask you real quick, too, for a little bit of advice?
Yes.
On a decision.
Yes.
So I'm waiting and I'm being patient. I used to be kind of like an activist type during COVID. I went to like a bunch of rallies, like the rally to rescue the Republic and blah, 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 blah. Like the March to End the Mandates and all that stuff. And I realized after I started listening to you that I was doing that out of anger and pride and vanity, because I wanted to be somebody important.
Yeah.
I wanted to make a name for myself. I wanted to make a splash, and change all these people's minds about everything. And COVID taught me that can't happen. Well, anyway, a couple of friends that I made when I was like in activist mode, they're now experiencing a medical judicial issue with their brother, who's a minor. He's 14. And they've asked me if I would be willing to, like, help them, like, be like a media liaison because they kind of want to blow up the situation. And I'm just not sure what to do. Like, I really want to help them. I also have a brother who is a ward of the state. And so this feels like kind of personal. But I'm not sure if I would just be running back to my, like a persona that I've already tried to put behind me, or doing it for the wrong reasons. So I'm not going to rush into a decision. I'm going to wait and see. But I was wondering if you had any other advice.
You're dealing with this in the right way. If you're not sure, don't do anything, yes or no, until you see what to do. And do not go into thoughts for consultation, because the thought will tell you, yes, do it. Then the thought will tell you, no, don't do it. And then the thought will tell you, well, do this and this is going to happen. Oh, but if you do this, do not consult with evil about it. Just stay present. Don't get in your head. Don't worry about it. Don't get into the emotion that you should or should not do it. Just have a way to see, and it will become clear the way to go.
Okay.
And don't let them put pressure on you. Oh, this needs to be done right away, and we got to do it now. Don't go with that either.
Yeah, to their credit, they haven't. So, but yes.
So what now?
I understand. To their credit, they have not done that. There's been no pressure.
Nice. Well, then, just stay away from thoughts about what to do about this. You stay present, and I promise you, it will become clear.
All right. Oh, man. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you.
You
have
too.
a nice day.
Thank you, Abigail. Amazing. 888-775-3773. Let me go to Australia, heard around the world, and talk to Mitt out of Australia. Mitt, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, Jesse. How you going?
Amazing. All is well.
Amazing, Jesse. Awesome. Cool. Hey, I just wanted to ask. Given my mother, we have quite a good relationship, me and my mum, but my father refuses to speak to me. I live about 2 hours from him. I got my own house, just me and my cat in my house, and my dad. I tried to call him. I tried to call him Christmas. Tried to call him on his birthday. And he puts his girlfriend on the phone, and he refuses to talk to me. It's been over 10 years, and I have not spoken to my dad at all. He refuses to talk to me. So how do I forgive somebody that refuses to talk to me?
Well, just realize he can't help it. He can't see. And just wish him well in your heart and go on with your life. Don't try to talk to him anymore.
Yeah.
But just don't hold anything against him. He cannot see.
I don't want him to die. I'm not suicidal. I don't want to kill him or anything. But
you don't want what? Speak up a little bit into your phone.
Oh, sorry. I turned it off speaker, so I've got you on my ear, so hopefully it's a little bit clear. Can I just say something to that last caller? You know how he said he's a beta male?
But let me ask you this first. Did you say you didn't want your father to die?
Yeah, because I'm not suicidal. It'll come back on me. If I want him to die, it'll come back on me.
No, it won't. No, it won't. Hey, if you don't resent him, you won't be like him. You only the sins of the fathers and mothers are passed on because you resent them. When you forgive them, then only blessings will be passed on to you. So if your father die or commit suicide, that's on him. It has nothing to do with you.
He's almost 80 years old, 80, 90. He's getting older.
Yeah,
like,
but
I was the firstborn
make sure you don't hold.
Be
sure not to hold anything against him, so that you don't have this false guilt of if he died.
I just want to talk to him and say to him, like, I wish we had a better relationship. I wish we could talk. I wish he would call me on Christmas, And I want to forgive him. It's just impossible because I can't get through to him. And
so he refused to come to the phone when you call?
Well, yeah, when I call, like, he'll give his phone to the girlfriend because he can see my number coming through. And I've even tried calling on private, and he'll answer. And then I'll say, "Hey, Dad," and he'll go up and put Jane on the phone. And then Jane, his girlfriend, she's vet nurse, goes off at me. And I'm like, he's like, "We don't want to talk to you. You're a drug addict and all this stuff," and I'm not,
Well, it doesn't matter. Forget about what they think and what they say. You wish them well, and you move on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just don't be angry. They cannot help themselves.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah, I understand
Do
that.
you spell your name with
100%.
one T or two T's?
Just one T, M-I-T, one T.
And it's Mitt.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've been doing the silent prayer. The silent prayer has been really helping me. I do that a lot with different types of, I'll just sit there and I'll just be conscious and I'll watch my thoughts and I'll hear I hear other people and I hear like extra dimensional entities and I hear angels and I hear all sorts of stuff just from being present. And I find when I close my eyes, there's like a light in the darkness. It's like a battle of light and darkness. And I sit there and I kind of watch the cartoon in the blacks of my eyes. I get this beautiful cartoon type of experience when I do the silent prayer. So it's very spiritually activating and very spiritually, activating is the only
you need to, when you do the silent prayer, you do it without any opinion. All that stuff you just said, it sounds like you're on mushroom or something. But
I have been a bit, but not today, not right now. I think that,
you still do mushroom?
I still got a lot. I got penis envy mushrooms. I got golden teacher mushrooms.
You still do mushrooms?
Yeah, I love mushrooms. Is it okay? Because you?
Why do you do mushroom? You still do acid?
Yeah, I do.
So why are you still doing this stuff?
Because I find that it opens my mind and it gives me clarity of thought. I'm trying to dissolve my ego. I'm probably like 50% of the way there. I've still got a very strong ego. They say I have delusions.
But the drugs are not giving you
clarity. Very real.
Because of time, I want you to know drugs are not giving you clarity of thought at all.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good message. It's a good message.
So I
think it's just a release.
What?
Well, I've just had back surgery, and I've been, the cereal Special K. I've been using that to help with my back pain and stuff. So, I'm a lot stronger now, and I'm a lot better. I had a serious situation where I lost sensation to the lower half of my body, and they had to do a spinal surgery on me and fix me. I'm better now. I'm all better.
What
but can I just say
what are cereals?
Yeah,
You said something about cereals. What's that?
Something about serious?
Cereal, CEREAL.
Oh, cereal, the Special K cereal. I just don't want to mention ANDREAS on the.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Special K.
Because of time, I'm going to have to run, but I recommend.
Yep.
What do your back doctor think about you doing drugs to cover up the pain?
Oh, I told him that's what I was doing. I even told the people that support my doctors, and I'm honest with them. I'm always open.
What did they say when you told them that?
They just don't want me doubling up on the opiates, and I'll be okay. But other than that,
they were okay with you doing the drugs? They were okay with you doing the drugs?
They don't mind if I experiment. As long as I'm honest with them and I tell them about it, then it's okay.
And so your father does not want to talk to you because you're a drug addict?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
Pretty much. And I'm not a drug addict. Like, I'm not on anything now. But
I thought you said you still do mushroom and acid.
I do. I do mushrooms, acid, and smoke weed. And
so why do you say you're not a drug addict then?
Because, like, an addict to me is someone who goes and steals and does bad things or to get their fix.
No, an addict is someone that is addicted to drugs.
Okay, well, in that sense, then I would be.
Yeah, what the? I gotta run, man. Thank you, man.
Okay, I love you. Love from Australia, and I watch you every night. I just want to say happy birthday because I didn't get to wish you happy birthday on your birthday.
Right on.
Thank you, Jesse.
I love you back. I appreciate it.
Thank you, my friend.
All right.
Have a lovely rest of the morning. I'm going to keep watching.
Right on. Thank you, buddy. 888-7753-773. Super chat. Super
chats. AB says, thank you for your unwavering commitment to truth. I appreciate you, Rachel.
Thank you, and thanks for helping us to help others. Stay with us, stay with us, stay with it.
Bible Talk with Sal. Best thing God ever did for me was allow me to suffer, Pink Heart. The pain opened my eyes to the lies Satan was weaving. Thank you for all you do, Jesse. Nick and Haig, 2 Alpha. Strong arm.
Is that a response to the biblical question?
It sounds like it may be related to the... Yeah, it sounds like an answer to the biblical question.
Thank you, and I'll put my 2 cents in on Sunday. Amazing.
Thank you, Seasal. Hannes, 10 coffees, very generous. Thank you, Jesse and crew. Biblical question?
Does God allow you to suffer?
Yes, he lets people suffer in hell. After all, they love their hell, says Hannes.
Thank you. I'll put my 2 cents in on Sunday.
3 coffees from Nikki. Biblical question answer. Yes, God allows me to suffer.
Does God allow you to suffer? And Nikki said yes.
And stay in hell if I wanted to because he loves me.
Amazing. Thank you.
Seasal says, Jesse, middle ground is be back on time. Caller, but laughing faces with tears. That's a reference to Calandra yesterday.
Oh.
She comes back from lunch late.
Calandra, what's wrong with you? And she said the boss is on her. Now the boss doesn't want her to go out. You better be glad the boss didn't fire you. You come back late from lunch. What the? Amazing. Thank you.
Terrible. Eric, 3 coffees. Anyone
She black.
Anyone who says, I feel like, is lost and asking direction from Satan. Anytime you feel anything, you're controlled by evil. JLP.
I feel like going on. Amazing. Thank you.
15 coffees, very generous, from someone. Hey, Jesse, I run away from the responsibility that I have to do something in order not to feel lonely. I pretend as if spirituality will change the loneliness I feel. I'm 26, have no friends, family, live alone. Had a girlfriend 7 years ago, and I screwed it up. I want to have kids, but feel like I'm too weird to attract someone. Should I just accept I'm absolute nothingness, just fade into the void? Should I pretend it's normal for humans to be absolutely alone? Can awareness change the loneliness I feel?
Absolutely. You need to forgive your mother, your father, and do the silent prayer and live with it, but don't call it you. Don't call loneliness you. It's not you. It's not even real, but don't call it you, and you'll be fine. Amazing. James, did you know that girls can do what the guys do and still be a lady?
Girls can do?
Cannot.
Cannot.
Girls can't do what the guys do and still be a lady.
Yeah.
You knew that?
Yes.
Amazing.
It just doesn't look right.
Girls, you can't do what the guys do, no, and still be a lady. That was an amazing song because back in those days, women knew that when the girls do what the guys do, they were sluts. They could never be a lady or still be a lady. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
That's gone now. Amazing. Thank you.
Mr. Pink, welcome. JLP show member.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pink.
3 coffees from Eric. Anyone? Oh, yeah, I already read that one. Anthony, when will Derek become a big coon? What the? Because he's a little coon.
He's a little coon. Believe me, he's on the way. He's a little coon, a Nazi, and a flat earther. What the? My producer, Derek. Amazing. Thank you.
We'll have to read the rest later, guys.
Wow, that was up, huh?
Indeed.
Thank you all. I got to take a break. 1 more hour to go. Quick break. The hate news, not the fake news, but the hate news coming up now. Back in a moment.
You know, I'm 32 years old now, and I've been clinically depressed since I was 17 years old. And ever since I started listening to you a couple of months ago, bro, I don't even need to hear the word depression. I don't even care about that because that's not anything that I identify with anymore.
Nice.
I'm 100% cured. I'm 100% better because I've been listening to the Jesse Lee Peterson show, and I can't even begin to tell you how much I appreciate you. And I just can't even, begin to tell you how much I really appreciate the things that you're doing for young men. Young men need to hear this. And young men need to know this message that you're delivering because it's important. It's vital to their lives, Jesse. I just wanted to let you know that, man.
That's amazing. I mean, you made my day, man. When I hear one soul has returned to the Father, it's like 1,000. It's better than silver and gold. So God bless you, man.
Some serious mess going on in the world, including feeling sorry for these Harvard foreign student visa holders whose status in America is in limbo. Based. That's commie nonsense. And extreme weather, fear-mongering, and scientific research. It's horrible. This is the end of hour 2 of the Jesse Lee Peterson Show. It is Thursday, May 29th, AD 2025. There is one line open. You can call in even right now, even during Hake News, Not Fake News, to get on hold, to get on air with JLP in hour 3. Nice. And after the Jesse Lee Peterson Show, thehakereport.com. Live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific Time. Then Joel Friday TV. It's his last day of the week for his live stream, okay? So make sure you do call in to Joel Friday TV. Buy him a coffee. Buy me a coffee. It's actually buy him a donut, but it's buymeacoffee.com for Super Chats, even while he's off air over the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Coming back into Monday. Nice. And then American Anchor, baby. Commie Nonsense Network, CNN reports Harvard. Imagine spending years studying, writing essays, doing lab work, taking tests, and completing all the required courses necessary to earn a college degree, only to wonder whether you should attend your own graduation. I skipped mine. I slept through the other one. Anyway, that's the situation for many international students at Harvard University, lame-o Harvard, who fear that immigration-related action will be taken against them during today's commencement ceremony. A school officer spelled out in a court filing. Some international students supposed to attend Harvard for future semesters, reconsidering doing so. Nice. Others have had trouble getting student visas to the U.S. embassies abroad. 3 senior government officials told Commie Nonsense the State Department's currently reviewing all Harvard-affiliated visa holders, not just students, which is a notable escalation in our greatest President Trump's administration's feud with the evil school. Extreme weather, global homo temperatures are forecast to reach record or near record levels during the next 5 years, according to a report from the 2 of the world's top meteorological agencies. The World Meteorological, pardon me, I can't speak or read, organization and the UK Met Office predicted there will now be a 70% chance that global warming will exceed 1.5 degrees Celsius, or 1,5 if you're international, global homo, Celsius, a rate that will increase the risks more frequent and intense weather events such as heat waves and heavy rainfall. Quote, we have just experienced the 10 warmest years on record. They haven't had a long record, right? Unfortunately, this WMO, World Meteorological Organization, report provides no sign of respite or respite, which is rest, over the coming years. And this means there will be a growing negative impact on our economies, our daily lives, our ecosystems, and our planet. So said WMO Deputy Secretary General Co. Barrett. Fear-mongering. The sky is falling. Be anxious, you children. Get your climate anxiety at Commie Nonsense Network website. And scientific research. 16 states filed a lawsuit against our greatest President Trump's administration on Wednesday over the federal government's decision to gut research programs at the National Science Foundation. In April, hundreds of grants, mostly related to DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion, accessibility, and misinformation research, terminated, gone. Since then, additional cuts have led to the cancellation of 1,753 grants worth nearly $1.4 billion. Crazy. Across numerous areas of research. These subsidized do-nothing people looking into stuff. The states allege that eliminating such research will jeopardize the U.S.'s position as a global homo leader in science, technology, engineering, and math. That doesn't make any sense. And that it's illegal. I'm James Hake. Now back to JLP, Hour 3.
stand up strong, face the truth about themselves, to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up, stand up.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. Welcome to the third hour of the show already. What the? You can get involved by calling 888-7753-773. 888-77-JESSE. And my biblical question: does God allow you to suffer? Does God allow you to suffer? Maybe if you're busy running around doing whatever it is that you're doing, you can still be listening to the show. You can podcast, but on your iPhone, iPad, you can still listen to the show by calling the listen line on TalkStream Live at 605-615-4131. 605-615-4131. And to donate and have your comments read out loud, go to Buy Me a Coffee. BuyMeACoffee.com/JLP Talk or Bond JLP Cash App. Bond JLP Cash App. It's Thursday. And every Thursday, we take all call, but Thursday is Bible Thumper Thursday.
Are you ready? Are you ready? I don't feel your face. Are you ready? Are you?
Yeah. Bible Thumper Thursday. Amazing. Before I go back to the phone, I want to mention to you that Elon Musk, it's been reported that Elon Musk is ending his role with the government as a special government employee. According to ABC News, Elon Musk is set to depart the Trump administration and leave his role as a special government employee. A White House official told ABC News. And what I didn't know about this, and I'm glad that I know, because the media, especially liberal media, it hates Trump and the relationship, Elon relationship in the government. They're having a major impact on the government in that they're cutting back spending waste and all that kind of stuff. Laying off, getting rid of all these lazy government employees. Did you know that some of the most lazy people on this side of heaven are government workers? You can literally get a government job and for the rest of your life never have to work again. Oh, you may show up, but you ain't got to work. I remember when I was into the black thing, a lot of my black friends were getting governmental jobs, and they were making a lot of money. And I tried hard to get me a government job. I want one of those jobs because you get a lot of holidays. You can go wherever you want during the day and come back to the office, no problem, and you make good money. But you had to, at that time, back then, I don't know if you still have to do it, but back then you had to take a test, civil service test. I don't know if they still call it that. And I tried to take the test, but I could not pass the test. All my other black friends were passing the test, but I could not pass the government test. I'm like, what now? So I could never get a government job. Isn't that amazing? And so the government people make good money, but they're very lazy. And that's why they hold on to those jobs forever, because not much is required of them. What a mess, huh? Well, they ticked that Trump and Musk for making such an impact for the good for the taxpayer. So they don't like it. So they're trying to act like a split is happening between Trump, the Great White Hope, and Musk. Now, if they manage it, I don't know. I'm not there, so I don't know. But I do know that there's a 130-day limit. You can work as a non-employee, as a special government employee. You can only work for the government 130 days at a time. So he can go back 3 more times and do another 130 days. But that's it. So if somebody say, oh, they broke up because they split up because they didn't get along and all that kind of stuff, I don't know if that's true or not, but I do know he can only work as a special employee, government employee for 130 days. So apparently the 130 days are coming to an end, the first 130 days. So as a special government employee, Musk was limited to an 138 days appointment, a limit he could hit as early as Friday. Watch this from KENS 5.
Developing tonight, Elon Musk is out. A few hours ago, Musk says that he is leaving the Trump administration. On a post on X, the billionaire thanking President Trump for the opportunity to reduce wasteful spending. Now, Musk was designated as a special government employee, and these roles are limited to working 130 days in a year. This Friday would mark 130 days since Trump was inaugurated for a second term. Musk has also been critical of the president's budget bill, which was just recently passed by the House. He says it undermines the work Doge is doing.
Amazing. And Musk doesn't like the big nice bill, beautiful bill, because as Trump said, and you're going to hear him here in a minute, you can't, with the government, those representatives, you can't get them all to agree. And so you got to chip away at it until you get what you want. So Trump is accepting what they're giving, even though he said it's still good, he want more, and he's still chipping away at it. Today, Elon Musk is criticizing President Donald Trump's massive spending bill, saying it's necessary. I mean, it increases the budget deficit, not decrease it, and undermine the work that the Doge team is doing. Watch this from KENS.
Elon Musk
traveled from today. How come it says Ken? I'm sorry? Okay, it's from today, not Ken. Watch this.
Elon Musk traveled to Starbase, Texas for that SpaceX launch.
Liftoff of Starship on Flight 9.
But he's also putting some distance between himself and President Trump. Musk speaking out about his time leading the Department of Government Efficiency, criticizing the president's new spending bill.
So, I was disappointed to see the massive spending bill, frankly, which increases the budget deficit, not just decrease it, and undermines the work that the Doge team is doing.
President Trump's been pushing Congress to pass what he calls the One Big Beautiful bill, which includes cuts to programs like Medicaid, but boosts spending in areas like defense.
I think a bill can be big or it can be beautiful, but I don't know if it can be both.
Musk has been a top Trump ally.
He's an exceptional guy.
Regularly by the president's side, appearing at cabinet meetings, all while his Doge team overhauled the federal government. But Musk now tells the Washington Post that, quote, Doge is just becoming the whipping boy for everything, and saying that changing D.C. is an uphill battle.
It is. And that's because the rhinos and the Democrats have so much in common. They love money and power, and they don't want to lose this money. So Trump and Elon got to work hard. And I'm sure Elon is disappointed to see that it ain't as easy as you thought, because the rhino Republicans are no different than the Democrats. And we've been saying that for years. But at least the president is chipping away at it. All right. So I'm not sure that was from today's show or today or Ken or what, but it was from somewhere. Darren, tell me in my ear, which one is it? So it's not even today. Is that the name of the news? It's not called NBC Today's Show? It's called Today. Okay. Today's NBC News called Today. Amazing. Sorry about the screw up. But my producer is a little coon, a Nazi, and a flat earther. What do you expect? Amazing. But that's what's going on in case they try to tell you something else. All right? All is well. Don't pay attention to it. One other quick thing. I want you to know, I said to the voters of Los Angeles, do not vote for Karen Bass. I tried to warn them in the same way I did with Barack Obama. Don't vote for Obama. And don't vote for these black people, especially black Democrats running for office. They cannot run. They can't even run a dog pound, whatever that is. But they can't run anything, and yet you keep voting them in, turning your country over to these people who look at if black people can run something, how come? I mean, when you see their neighborhoods better, when you see more black businesses in their neighborhoods, when you see something good. I asked a guest that I had on the upcoming shows of the FatherState.tv, because they're like really trying to support the blacks. And I'm like, tell me one good thing, just one good thing that majority of blacks, representatives, others have done to make America better. Just one thing. And they're like, oh, they're doing a lot of things. Okay. Give me one thing that they have done and it improved the country. It made it better. Whether they came up with a new idea or added on to what's already there. And I said, okay, I'm going to wait. And they could not come up with one thing. Think about that. And that's what happened in South Africa, too. And it is happening in South Africa. And I said, don't hire Karen Bass to be your mayor. She has no idea what she's doing. Not one idea of how to make anything right. Zero. Even Trump told her when he was there, look, don't be taking all day to in the way of these people who need to rebuild their homes after that fire. And what is she doing? Taking all day. In the way. This woman, I debated Karen Bass, and she was as dumb as a doorknob. Dumb as a doorknob. Matter of fact, the doorknob might be a little smarter. At least it knows how to turn left or right. KTLA is reporting police are working to identify a group of at least 50 people, but have yet to announce any arrests. More than 48 hours after a mob vandalized metro trains, several businesses, and at least one police vehicle in downtown Los Angeles over the weekend. Watch this.
Yeah, Micah and Sandy, this footage is difficult to watch. So many questions tonight and so few answers in this mob mayhem. Did police actually make any arrests at the scene? And if not, why not? Have investigators been able to identify any of those culprits? And how did some of them gain access to one of those metro trains and continue to terrify passengers? Metro riders were terrorized, intimidated, and basically held hostage late Saturday night when a mob of vandals pounded on windows, blocked the tracks, and took over their trains near downtown Los Angeles. According to reports, dozens of people who had been partying at a nearby warehouse flooded the streets and launched a blitz that included stopping and defacing northbound and southbound metro trains, an LAPD cruiser, and several businesses in the area. Those who were not actively participating in the destruction recorded the chaos on cell phones. Metro says trespassers began to spray paint both trains and gained entry into the southbound train and spray painted the interior. No operators or passengers were harmed, and service was delayed around 20 minutes.
Amazing, huh? Amazing. And they have a black female. It's like the inmates are running an insane asylum. She ain't gonna make it better. She can't make it better. She doesn't know how to make it better. And they elected her as mayor of Los Angeles, a city that was already out of control, and it just got worse. And they won't hire police. Remember, they defunded the police. Defund the police. They're even working with the against the department, the border people, to send the illegals back. And she's the mayor of the city. They defund the police. They took away bail bonds. And those people, you saw how the police car went by, and people weren't even afraid of the cops at all because they know they're not going to jail. And if they do get picked up by the cop, they're going through the front door, out the back door. And they know it. And Karen Bass, she go on TV and smile with a fro. She smiled with a fro. Business owners now face the growing problem of illegal warehouse parties. Karen Bass said she's working with the police department chief, the LAPD chief. Watch this.
LAPD officers in riot gear formed a skirmish line and finally cleared the crowds at about 1 a.m. Sunday morning.
Do they look afraid of the police?
City leaders and law enforcement officials are now dealing with the fallout. LA Mayor Karen Bass says she is working closely with the LAPD chief.
I want to know how many of the individuals were identified. I want to know who will be arrested and when.
Yeah, right.
Well, I think the way it turned out was it was just pandemonium.
We need a lot of money to clean the stores.
Business owners in the line of attack are at a loss for words, seemingly hopeless in terms of recovering from the damage, explaining revenues are already dwindling as they struggle to stay afloat. The head of the Los Angeles Fashion District's Business Improvement Panel says, for some time now, we have seen an increase in illegal warehouse parties impacting several businesses and the downtown LA community. We have been advocating for stricter enforcement measures with the city attorney's office. Our goal is to ensure accountability not only for those hosting and attending these events, but also for the property owners who permit such activities in their spaces.
All they have to do, bring back the cops. Bring that back to police. Let them do their job. Don't be calling them abusive cops or cop abuse or whatever they call them, crazy cop. And bring back bail bonds, arrest these people, and keep them in jail. And they won't do it. And the government, the mayor and others are not going to do it because they want you angry and confused and out of control, scared, so that they can make money and perceive power. They don't want it right. They want you afraid. And I wonder with these businesses that are being affected, will they still vote? Did they vote for her, and would they vote for a Democrat again? A lot has the fire, the crime, the homelessness, everything is out of control. Are you still going to vote for the Democrats? And one other quick thing, do you think this body slam was justified? Was this justified or not? Again, in L.A., from KTLA 5, footage of a violent arrest. They call it violent arrest. I'm not calling it a violent arrest, all right? Footage of a violent arrest last week has since gone viral on social media, shows a police officer brutally, I'm not calling it brutally, they are, body slamming a 17-year-old girl who was reportedly handcuffed. The police said they were called to the area on reports of a person trespassing, and someone actively tried to fight other people inside of Food for Less. Watch this from KTLA 5.
Karine, it's my understanding this happened around 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Wednesday. Two groups began to argue inside of a Food for Less. That's when the cops were called. Now, only one person was detained, and family members say they're upset, they want justice, and they want this handled. The video only shows part of the incident, but what you can see is 17-year-old Aaron being detained by an officer. There appears to be some sort of struggle, and that's when Aaron is taken down.
He should not have even had his hands on her, but he picked my child up like she was a rag doll and slammed her to the ground. I want justice.
Aaron sustained several injuries, including stitches on her chin and face and bruising around her wrist. She says she's traumatized.
And since that day, I've been in a lot of pain. I ain't had no sleep because I'm scared to go to sleep. I walk outside, I could just be taking the trash out. I'm paranoid because I don't know what's going to happen to me.
Who told her to say all that? So I'm wondering, this is just a thought. I don't know. I wonder, does justice mean I want money? I wonder if that's what it means. I'm just wondering. They didn't say it. I haven't seen a report that they want money. But I wonder when she said, I want justice, is she really saying, I want money? The family is now filing a complaint with the San Bernardino Police Department.
In a statement, they say the officer was only able to place one of her hands in cuffs, and she began to pull away and walk off, and that's when the officer used a takedown maneuver. Police say they were initially responding to a report of someone trespassing and actively trying to fight others in the store. Now, Aaron's family believes the whole situation was mishandled and is calling on a thorough investigation.
No, it's not right. You know, I don't blame all the police. I just want that one. The one that felt compelled to slam my granddaughter.
The family is filing a complaint, and this is also part of an ongoing investigation.
Black people, I've told you this 1,000 times. When you don't listen to the cop, I don't know what happened in this situation, I wasn't there. But when you don't do what the cops tell you to do, what do you expect going to happen? And you have been told for years now, don't obey the cops when they stop you because they racist, police brutality. And so you act out, and again, I don't know what happened with this story, but you act out, the police got to protect themselves. And to that man, he ought to, oh, that woman, whoever said it, you ought to put your hand on him. How are they supposed to handcuff you if they don't put their hands on you, dummy? And ABC 7 is reporting the teenager is at the center of the incident. Aaron spoke out with family and community by her side at a press conference on Sunday. Watch this.
I'm just in a lot of pain. I'm hurt everywhere. My head, my whole body. I'm not the same person I was.
Make sure you say your back hurt,
I just want
too.
justice. That's it. She didn't deserve nothing that she had happened to her. I'll let her tell you guys more, or if she chooses to. I'll be taking her to the hospital again today. She's still complaining about her face hurting, her head hurting, her wrist hurting, her legs hurt, her back hurt.
Yeah, send it back too.
Let's just get justice for my baby.
I'm not okay, because that grown man knocked my baby out cold. You could see the blood by the police car where
It's in the
she
blood.
bust her chin open. It's not okay. She's a baby. She's a baby. It's not okay.
It's in the blood. You always have to say your back. Because when you say your back hurt, they can't prove it. Whenever, I'm not giving you any ideas. I'm just saying, all right? Whenever you're in a car accident, you always say my back hurt. There ain't nothing hurting, but you said it back. They can't prove it. It's not hurting. And you get some money. That's why I wouldn't recommend it. I'm just saying. So that's why I was saying, say your back, and the lady said back too. Black people know, you got to say back. When you're doing a car accident, even if it was just a little bump, right? You notice people getting out the car, especially blacks, they holding their back on their head. They already know they're going to say that back pain because they're going to get at least $300 or $3,000. Amazing. No suggestion, though. Don't do it. I'm not recommending it. But what a mess, huh? What a mess. We need Daryl Gates back as police chief of L.A. Daryl Gates, where are you? What are you doing over there? Well, we need you over here. Daryl Gates was the toughest police chief I've ever heard of, seen, knew of. Daryl Gates, when Daryl Gates was the police chief of LA, it was peace. Peace everywhere. This lady called that girl her baby. My baby, my baby, my baby. It was reported that somebody was starting a fight at Food for Less. Do babies fight at Food for Less? Is that true? My baby. Do babies fight at Food for Less? If ever we needed you, Lord, we need you now. Grandpa, tell me about the good old days. Let me go to first-time caller out of Colorado. Roman, welcome to the show. You're on the air. Roman. Did he just hang up? Roman, call back in case it was me. But I think I hit the right thing. I hope I didn't hit the other button. Roman, call back if it was me. If Roman call back, let me know. 888-7753-773. Let me go to, maybe that's Roman calling back. Hold on a minute. Maybe that's Roman. And I think I may have hung up on Roman, or he hit the wrong button. That's Roman? Oh, let me take a quick break. When I come back, straight to the calls. Quick break. Back in a moment. I have books that are amazing. I highly recommend you get them. 7 Guaranteed Steps to Spiritual, Family, and Financial Success Guide. Even if you're not starting a business, but you have a job, or you're on welfare. It can help you if you do. Be doers of the word, all right? From rage to responsibility. From rage. That's what I write about in the first chapter, especially how I overcame. Scam. How the black leadership exploits black Americans. They are using them, and blacks are too willing to be used. And then my last book, The Antidote, Healing America from the Poison of Hate, Blame, and Victimhood. They are all amazing books, and they are helpful. Go to rebuildingtheman.com if you want an autographed copy, or call 800-411-2663. Check out my books. They're amazing. My books. From Rage to Responsibility, my first one. Scam, How the Black Leadership Exploits Black America. And the 7 Guaranteed Steps to Spiritual Financial Success Guide. Which is 7 steps. It's a little pocket guide. And last but not least, The Antidote, Healing America from the Poison of Hate, Blame, and Victimhood. Amazing books. My last book there. And I'll be happy to sign them for you. Go to rebuildingtheman.com, rebuildingtheman.com, or call 800-411-BOND, 800-411-2663, all right? And I will sign them. Counseling, family, individual, counseling around the world. I literally counsel with men and women around the world, families and individuals. Skype, walk-in, or phone. But I got to tell you, because I'm so busy and it's just so jammed, be patient when you request a counseling session, because it may take a little bit for you to get in, but be patient. And if we have to schedule you off a week or two, if somebody say they can't make it or reschedule or whatever, we'll let the next person line know. But don't yell at the scheduler. Don't yell at the person making the appointment. Right? What? Be patient, all right? We really are doing our best. Rebuildingtheman.com or call 800-411-BOND. The Hake Report is coming up. You can order the books there too at rebuildingtheman.store. Rebuildingtheman.com/stores. Rebuildingtheman.com/stores, or call 800-411-BOND. The books can be ordered there, and counseling and everything. Amazing, huh? Yes, Jesse, that is amazing. Grandpa, tell me about the good old days. Listen, folks, do what you want with this anger, rage that you have, /rage that you have. But if you want to be free, you got to drop the anger. Anger is not depression. It's all evil spirits, but the world call it depression. They call it anxiety. They call it stress. They call it all kind of names. But it is, you are controlled by evil spirits. You are possessed. And as soon as you get to know that you are, the sooner you will start to overcome it. But so you can recognize evil spirits if you want and be free, or you call, I'm just depressed, and take a pill. You're not going to get better. And by the way, the treasure chest is now open on D-Live. D-Live and treasure chest open on D-Live and Stretch, right? That's what it's called?
Yep.
What is it called?
Scratch offs.
Oh, that's new?
Yep, on pilled.net.
And then, Stretch Off is on Peel.
Yeah, that's right.
What? So the thing is open. Whatever. But anyway, rebuildingtheman.com or call 800-411-BOND. Let's do some super chats and then I get back to the phone. Super.
Nice. Over on pilled.net, handy news, bottom 1 month bronze tier subscription. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Just Josie gifted the can. Welcome to Pilled, alias the Foxhole.
Right on. Got morning pills. Thank you very much.
Very nice. Pilled.net.
Yeah.
Pilled. Shout out to yesterday's top contributors, Elijah, Games for Rec, Kid Combo 1, Wolf 336. Thank you guys for the support as always.
Thanks, y'all.
Chris Jen, welcome JLP show member.
Amazing. Thank you. You can become a member now of the Jesse Lee Peterson show right there on YouTube, right?
That's right.
On YouTube. Amazing. Thank you.
And over on the YouTube, Zit says, Jesse, why even bother speaking with women from a Christian perspective?
Because women got to do exactly what the man does in order to return to the Father. And so women got to, and the man, your husband, nobody else can help you do this. Zero. This is one journey that each individual, man or woman, has to travel by themselves. And so they got to forgive their mothers. At first, admit that they're angry. Anger is evil. Admit they're evil. And go and forgive and let the Father guide them. And they need it. Women need it too. I work with women all the time, and they just didn't know. It was difficult for some to admit they were evil, but once they did, and they realized it wasn't them, but it was the spirit that made a home in them. And this is one journey that your husband, your boyfriend, your daddy, me, or no one can travel for you. You got to admit yourself and travel this. Your husband go to work. If you got children, you pay your bills and all that. But you got to travel this spiritual journey on your own. Thank you.
Anthony on Cash App. Don't need no man, just food stamps. What a mess. Welfare sex is over, ladies. Keep your legs closed.
That's for sure.
Boy.
Thank you.
Says Jet Propulsion Laboratory is the best.
Amazing. Thank you.
And space is real.
Nice.
Anthony asks, why does a king or queen need food stamps? Get a job. No food stamps in Wakanda, just big old spiders. Or big A spiders.
I think there's some black woman out there talking about y'all do what y'all want, but I get my free houses, I get my free money from the welfare, and then I buy expensive purses. Me and my children got to travel. Y'all do what you want, but I'm staying with the government. Amazing, something like that. Thank you. A black woman. She's black.
CLC suggests on punchy.tv, text now might work for international calls. It asks you which country to call each time, and it's supply free, according to CLC.
You sound good.
Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah,
not sure.
Check it out and see. I don't know yet, but check it out.
One Mad Chameleon 1 with a very generous Rumble rant says thank you.
Thank you, and thanks for your help, your support.
AKP, good morning, Jesse.
Good morning.
Listening to you concentrate to pronounce things correctly warms my heart.
Even look, I got to. I have a very judgmental friend right there. He's white, but he's not judgmental. He just loves to correct. He's like an English teacher. Why didn't you go to school to be an English teacher?
Why didn't I?
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to write and I didn't want to teach.
Really?
That's right.
But you love speaking well.
Yeah, I do.
Amazing. Thank you.
Elijah, whites don't see Jews are superior, but
yes, they do.
But sneakier. Whites just want to correct the backstabbing Jews.
Nope. They see Jews as superior to them. Anytime you can bank on this. Who's that?
Elijah.
Elijah. You can bank on this. The very moment you blame someone else, you're saying they are superior to you. Somehow or another, they can do better than you. They have control over you. And you're saying that they're superior. Black people, and not all but most, totally believe that white people are superior to them. And if y'all continue down this road blaming the Jews, you only gonna get worse. You ain't gonna get better, and your children gonna suffer and everything because of what you believe. You know, amazing. Thank you, though.
Thank you, Elijah. Pastor Shadowley gifted the cookie. The cooning will continue until morale improves. Caller Cope.
Until the cows come home. Thank you.
Caller a beta crying about the Allahu Akbars.
I didn't know why he would disagree with me about that.
He thinks
I'm black and slow, so I'm missing out. I really am serious. I'm not even pretending.
He thinks you're ignorant and disrespectful.
But why?
But he's the ignorant, disrespectful one.
But why did he think that? It's true that there are members of the Muslim so-called religion who think of Christians and Jews as infidels. And they have other crazy ideas. And they kill you. And when they kill you, they'll shout, Allahu Akbar. So how am I wrong?
Because he's angry. It's kind of like when Trump said they're rapists.
Right.
Because many are rapists who come across the border. And they got mad. They thought you were talking about all, or they pretend they think that. And
amazing.
Tyrant is wrecked. Good morning, Jesse.
Good morning. Amazing.
Eagle Freedom gifted the cookie. No message.
Thank you.
Jerome, only black by name, bought 3 coffees. Hello, Jesse. Hey, Jesse, I was reading a book. I won't say what it is. Reminded me of your biblical question. Are you a lawbreaker? A note in this book reads, when a slave runs away from his master, we call him a fugitive slave. But the law of nature is a master too. And to break it is to become a fugitive. And the quote continues.
Amazing. Thank you. Amazing. Okay.
Thank you, Jerome. Keep it pithy, but I'll pass that along.
Keep it pithy.
We'll read the whole thing on our own time.
Thank you.
Nathaniel, 2 piffy suggestions, or fiffy suggestions. For the foreign callers, you should try using WhatsApp or Discord. Discord would be better, says Nathaniel. Second, tell Derek he black. Find a clip of a black female Uber driver pulling a boomstick at her rider for not getting out of the vehicle. Anger is a mess.
It is. Anger. I don't care what y'all can hold on to anger if you want. Believe Jesus is angry if you want, which is not true, but believe it. You better see anger is evil. And anger, a person of anger cannot be trusted. They are murderer. Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you. ALL production. Is suicide evil if one is sincerely tired?
I'm just so tired. Yeah, suicide evil because you've been influenced by evil to take your life. What the? Ain't no love in it. What the? Amazing. Thank you.
And Ang Band has a tip, JLP. When will you have so-and-so, your cousin so-and-so, not really a cousin, on again?
Thank you. We'll look into it. Send all suggestions to producer@jesseleepeterson.com. Producer@jesseleepeterson.com. Thank you.
Sigma 79, Ramon NYC, biblical question.
Does God allow you to suffer?
Yes, I believe God has allowed me to suffer and stew until I just acknowledge my hate and rage today. Thanks again, Jesse.
Thank you. I'll put my 2 cents in on Sunday.
Philip, enjoyed the phone call, Jesse. I'm an alpha reborn.
Right on, Philip. Stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. Amazing.
Fritz, happy birthday, Jesse. Hey, isn't PTSD the same when men react to their woman? It's like a flashback of their mother expressing anger towards them.
Every man, I don't care, you alpha, beta, every man that has anger, and they all do until they forget mama, every man that has anger is a woman. You have the mindset, emotions, you react to life, you have no love, you have become your mama. Now, whether you admit it or not is up to you. I'm not trying to tell you to admit it. I'm not even asking you to admit it. But I'm just letting you know you act just like a female, you think like a female, you feel like a female. You have the spirit of your mother. That's why you must be born of the Spirit of God in order to overcome that. Amazing. Thank you.
Very nice. On buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk, Ben Now, remember, freedom I've never known before. Thanks, Jesse and crew. Stay with it, stay with it, stay with it.
Right on. Thank you, and you stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. I got to stop there.
We'll read the rest later, guys.
Let me go to Kurt. Thank you all. Kurt out of Las Vegas. Kurt,
Hey,
welcome to the
Jesse.
show. You're on the air.
Jesse, thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
So, it's Bible Thumper, so I'm, of course, looking at the Bible, as I do, as a lot of people do. And it states the four corners of the earth more than a few times, one specifically in Revelation 7, chapter 1. And it says the angels protect the four
Stay
corners
close
of
to
the
your
earth.
phone, Kurt, so we can hear you a little louder. A little
Okay,
clearer.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Go ahead now.
Okay, so I was talking about Revelation 7, chapter 1, and it talks about, I think it's Paul writing, that the angels are on the four corners of the earth. So my question to you is, how is there a sphere when there's four corners?
How is this fear?
How is there a sphere? Like NASA says the earth is a sphere.
Oh.
So how is that possible if there's four corners according to Revelation?
What's a spear, Jay?
A sphere.
What?
A
ball. Oh, he's asking, how is it a ball?
A globe.
So, but what you gotta realize, I think most people don't know, the Bible has been reread so many times, it makes your head dizzy. And so it started out with the real meaning. By the time you got your hand on the Bible, it had changed. So that doesn't mean that he's saying flat earth just because it says, I guess you believe it's flat, right?
I'm likely to believe it's flat over. I'm likely to believe it's a sphere. I'm still, keep my head on a swivel.
Why
You
is
never
that?
know.
Why is that?
Well, I trust my instincts. They say we're spinning thousands of miles. Well, if I go outside, I don't feel like I'm spinning. So I just trust my instincts.
So
More than anything, I feel like NASA, the children of lies, want you to get outside of that, and they want you to think outside of God's creation. That's my opinion, but it's not 100%.
Why is it
I keep my head on the
necessary to believe that the earth is flat or round? Why is that
sorry,
important
say
at
that
all?
again.
Let me ask, why is it important to you? You think God care about you thinking that the earth is flat or round?
Well, I just think the children of lies have so many weapons that
No,
that's one
but
of
do
them.
you think that God has any care or concern that you think the earth is flat or round?
I think he wants us to know the truth.
But there's no, God can care 2 cents about you thinking the earth is flat or round. He's not going to help you in any way.
Well, I agree it's not a salvational issue.
Right. So do you think it's a square?
No, I believe it's a. If I had to say one thing, because nothing's concrete, I would say it's a flat circle.
A flat circle?
Yeah, like a frisbee.
And so doesn't the Bible call it a circle?
Yeah, in Isaiah, the circle of the earth.
So you don't believe it's flat, you just believe it's a circle.
A flat circle.
A flat circle?
Yes.
Are there corners on a circle?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's something to think about too.
Right. But it's not important either way, whether it's flat or circle. It has it's not important at all. Zero.
I think it's important, but
Why?
I think you're
Why?
correct in that it's not a salvational issue. I agree.
Why
there.
is it important? Unless you like a space person like what's that man, Elon, and you were building a rocket and you're trying to figure out which way to go. But why is it important at all to you?
Okay, here's my answer to that.
Okay.
It's because when they get you to think outside of God's creation, then they get you to believe in lies. And like you say, the children are lies. Well, maybe, why don't you, my question to you is, maybe the children of lies operate in a lot deeper levels than maybe your comprehension ceases to understand.
But God is not, I don't understand what you mean by outside.
What I mean is, maybe
God doesn't
it's not
care about you thinking the earth flat around, man, at all. And the children, I don't know what you mean by the children of the lie got you thinking outside of something, because you believe the earth's flat or round.
Okay. I mean, kind of a stalemate there, but I do agree with what you're saying.
Thank you, Kirk. Because of time, I got to run. Call me again, though, all right? I may let
Hey, thank you. Always good talking to you, and you've helped my life a lot, and I do appreciate you.
you stay with it, too. Stay with it, stay with it, stay with it, all right?
Yes, I've forgiven my mother. My wife obeys me.
Right
I
on.
do the silent prayer. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, brother. And I do want to talk some more about this flat earth thing, but thank you.
Oh, you know, I'll be back.
All right. Thank you, brother.
All right, thank you.
Bye. Andreas out of Dallas, Texas. Andreas, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Good morning, Jesse Peterson, Pastor Peterson. Huh?
No, Jesse.
Jesse.
Yeah.
I want to address that question you have to us. Do we go through hard times, or do we live in? Is it normal for God to?
Does God allow you to suffer?
Yes.
And why do you say yes?
Because in Peter, 1 Peter, chapter 5, verse 10, it says, "Once you've suffered and been chastened for a while, God will perfect your spirit, perfect your soul, and once you've been perfected, He will grant you your blessings." Basically, I've been living on that verse for years. Once God has chastened, because I've been chastened ever since a black man put me into bankruptcy, and I'm black too, by the way, so I'm just calling a spade a spade. Put me into bankruptcy, made me lose everything in 2003. I had to file bankruptcy and everything, but the recovery has.
So you believe that God is chasing you?
Yeah, chastening me. Yeah.
Oh, chastening. Okay. Well, I appreciate that, Andrea, because of time, and I'll put my little 2 cents in on Sunday. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
All right, buddy. 888-7753-773. 888-77-Jesse. Let me go to Wayne out of Texas here. Let's see here. Wayne, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Thank you, Jeff.
Yes,
How you
sir.
doing?
Amazing.
Oh, amazing. I just wanted to ask you about incarnation.
Incarnation?
Yeah. Do you believe in incarnation? I mean, like, were we spirits before, and now we just dwelling in this body right now?
You're not your body, you're not your thoughts, and you're not your emotions.
Yeah, but do you believe in incarnation?
I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Define incarnation for me. What does that mean?
Okay, that means that we were beings somewhere else before, and we're just living in this body, and then once we die, we go back to where we were before. That make no sense?
It may, but because I'm on a time pressure. Can you call me back on this? I know you waited a while, Wayne. Can you call me back with this because of time?
I'll call you tomorrow.
All right, buddy. Make sure you do, all right?
Okay, boss.
All right.
See ya.
Bye. Let me go to first-time caller, David, out of California. David, you're on the air.
Hi.
Hey, David.
Hey, my question to you is, my people are telling me that I need to get the confidence to talk to people, to socialize with people, to meet people. I need to have confidence. So where do I get this confidence from?
It doesn't exist.
Oh, it don't exist?
No. You just need to drop your anger and stay away from thoughts, and you'll be fine. Don't call the thoughts you. And the fear that you have, don't call it you, and you'll be fine.
Really?
Yeah.
So this confidence that people are telling me, grab some confidence. You need confidence so that you can socialize with people and meet people.
Confidence doesn't exist. You just need to overcome anger and fear. You stop being mad, forgive your mother and your father, and stop identifying with fear, you'll be fine. And even if shaking in your boot, let's say you want to talk to someone, right? And you're shaking in your boot with fear, you do it anyway, and then the fear would disappear.
Really?
Yeah.
So if I want to talk to a beautiful woman, well, shaking and nervous, just do it anyway.
Absolutely. And don't call it you, because it's not you that's shaking. It's an illusion that you have identified with. It's not real. So shaking in your boot, just do it. Don't worry. You'll be in your weakness. You'll be made strong.
So it's an illusion.
Yes.
Something I can't see.
Right.
That's very interesting.
Call me back. Can you call me back tomorrow if you have more questions? Because I'm out of time.
I will.
All right, buddy. Call me back.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You're welcome. Super chat.
Super chat.
Eric. 3 coffees from Eric. Teenagers so easily influenced they can't see they're acting out their movie. Carmelo Anthony's best legal defense is to claim rap music stabbed him in the heart first.
Amazing. Thank you.
Jack Bennett. 18 coffees generous to support Jesse Little Business. LOL. Also Trump 2028 American flags.
Trump forever. How's your little business? Thank you. I appreciate it.
Javon, 3 coffees for the biblical question. This is not pithy, but
does God allow you to suffer?
No, he does not. Well, he does not cause us to suffer, but he allows it. Just like he allows us to be in the world, however he tells us to be not of the world.
Amazing. Thank you.
And he goes on, and we'll share it with you guys. We'll share it with you privately. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Kurt, 3 coffees. Anyone who loves their life will lose it, while anyone who hates their life in this world will keep it for eternal life. John 12:25.
That's deep. Amazing. Thank you.
Eric,
That's
3
deep.
coffees. In the truth, I never suffer. Anger blinds me to the truth. Children yearn for their fathers because they yearn for the truth. Without truth, you're blind.
I'll put my 2 cents in on Sunday. Thank you.
Charlotte, say Jesse, me and my wife video call and text her family in the Czech Republic through WhatsApp. It's free. You don't have to change your number. You're welcome. This is Charlotte.
But we need an 800 number, and we don't have that for WhatsApp. Thank
That's
you.
Right. Tim Scott, the real one, not the rhino. Ask. Axe emoji. Adler, thanks for all you do, staying with it. Yeah, thank you, Tim Scott. And Adler says thank you all. Thanks for all you do, staying with it.
Thank you all very much. I gotta go.
We'll read the rest later, guys.
I gotta go. I'm out of time. The clock, he's gonna cut us off in a minute. Bye to the callers from Canada and everywhere else. I'm out of time. Bye. Hate coming up now, then Joel Friday TV, and then the Anchor Baby. Bye.
Like my cousin sent me you, and I thank him for that. It was more of a, he thinks the whole everything's a joke. That just adds a little spice to it. But in the heart of what you're saying, there is real things going on. And people want to overlook that. And I'm telling you, Mr. Peterson, I'm not one of those people. And I thank God that, he showed you to me. And sometimes we just need some Jesse in our lives, I guess.
I wish we had more brothers like you. We need more brothers like you. Just because we don't have most guys that can, lead black people into the right direction. And I thank you for that, because a lot of people will be like, man, it's still going on. It's racism. Yeah. And I try to tell them, watch his show. Listen to this brother. He's telling the truth.
Take no thought about tomorrow. Yesterday doesn't exist. And you're going to see, man, God is with us, and all is well. I have books that are amazing. I highly recommend you get them. 7 Guaranteed Steps to Spiritual, Family, and Financial Success Guide. Even if you're not starting a business, but you have a job, or you're on welfare, it can help you if you do. Be doers of the word, all right? From rage to responsibility. From rage. That's what I write about in the first chapter, especially how I overcame. Scam. How the black leadership exploits black Americans. They are using them, and blacks are too willing to be used. And then my last book, The Antidote, Healing America from the Poison of Hate, Blame, and Victimhood. They are all amazing books, and they are helpful. Go to rebuildingtheman.com if you want an autographed copy, or call 800-411-2663.